All right, welcome to the game. This is episode 56 of Phantoms of the Past, rumored to be the last episode after a potential TPK, but don't tell the players. Tonight, handling the recap will be Luis.
Last time on Shadows of the Past. After a little incident back at the City of Roots, in which Amrit took hold of two of the artifacts and kind of forced us to reveal our situation with the original sins to Sakura, we went on our way onto the ship to search for where Dondo and his master would have possibly brought. Damn it, there's too many characters to remember. What was her name again? Tasha.
Whoa.
There's a lot of characters, right? Where they could have possibly brought Tasha. When we got on the ship, however, we were introduced. Ogobos ended up appearing as a projection. She informed us of the general location of where Dondo and Zabi ended up, along with an interesting piece of information. That Sora was apparently Zabi's original target, but thanks to the people around her, prevented him from doing so. Dondo unfortunately wasn't so lucky. After he broke ties after Sora, he perceived Sora as abandoning him. He was left vulnerable, and thus tried to take over his body. After delivering that piece of information, Ogobos faded, and Sora tried to spirit project the Dondo, only to be met with Zabi, who continued to taunt her. We noticed she seemed a bit off, and after the spirit cleansing, barely managed to bring her out of her stupor, thankfully without consequence. No idea what it would have been if we had held back any bit. Once we made it to the location, we jumped off the ship, while Minerva brought the rest of the crew to distract whatever monsters were below, thankfully leaving a clear path for us. After making our way to a grotto of sorts, we were welcomed by a group of Furies, what seemed to be one of the many squadrons under Sakura's control. After we were informed of the situation and we made aware of our intentions to head down there, they assigned Lilith, who was one of their higher rankers, to come along and babysit us effectively. Although, just as we were about to set off, a Malda shot out from underneath the waters. A Malda that, strangely enough, seemed peaceful, more of a pacifist. And I'm not sure why, but there's something about it that made me inclined to believe it. And thus, our little hodgepodge group went down into the grotto, with the Malda known as Mushroom D. Moss acting as our guide. After bringing us down to a cave down below, we were ambushed by some of the Darklings down there. Thankfully, we managed to take them down without too much issue. Further in, we were introduced to what seemed to be a battleground, one between the Myconids, an invasive species within the area, and the Galabdors, Sakura's one of the many of Sakura's soldiers. There were very few of the Myconids left, and while Lilith had intentions to exterminate them on sight, they made very apparent of their ability to absorb radiation. Seeing their ability to be useful considering the situation, the decision was ultimately made to allow them to survive. We proceeded forward, and after clearing up a bit of a misunderstanding with some of the soldiers down in the caves, we were allowed to meet with the rock above all, a mutated dragon that was greatly affected by the radiation. And we managed to come to peace with it in some ways, Sora in particular being instrumental in it. It shared a vision to Sora, one in which Dondo seemed to be tortured, having limbs removed from him, replaced with others, ready to simply become a vessel, something that she would not stand for, and something that we were 100% ready to help support her. We continued forward into the caves along with the Myconid beside, and deep below, in an area that had much less radiation than the other sections, we were met with a death cap, a Myconid that had absorbed too much radiation. And with that radiation seemed to make them go a little bit, a bit loopy. We took them out without too much issue, but lost one of the Myconids that were accompanying us in the process, unfortunately. We continued further down, and just when we were starting to relax a little bit, thinking that this wasn't going to be too much of a hassle to deal with, we were ambushed by what seemed to be a plant mouther of some sorts, along with its many, many darklings. Well, looks like it's time to hire an exterminator. Let's do this.
All right. D2+1, you know the drill.
Let's go.
Nice. You put it to good use today, no doubt.
I'll go sound
Oh,
different today.
What's up?
Yup.
Nothing. Oh fuck! It was initiative. That's right. Whoa.
Yep.
Jenkins
We were
gets an A
ambushed.
for effort.
See, yeah, he always gets put in there. I always forget.
Oh yeah, I think Lewis might have a little bit too much dark vision. I'm supposed to be 15 feet, not 30.
15? Okay, let me check if you have it.
Yeah.
Well, someone else has a light on, I'm pretty sure. You have 15, yeah.
Okay, make
Also,
sure.
these things, what do they call? Bioluminescence, or what's the word? Is that it? These
They're
plants,
bioluminescent.
yeah, these plants over here have like a faint glow to them. That might let you see that far.
Okay, that might be what's helping out.
All right.
Just making sure.
Thank you, Sakura. I am very dumb.
I kind of like
Yeah.
the word you said though.
Oh yeah.
Too
That's
many
a new
science
word.
terms.
Part of DM making new words because you're too dumb to do anything else. All right. Speaking of dumb, Sora, your character's up first.
What? Rude.
Hey, she's not the brightest girl, right?
Let me grab another light spell.
I'm a half light rune, so not exactly the dimmest either. 5, 10, 15, 20. As she runs, she spins her staff and slides it along the ground as the paints alternate in colors as she paints and rushes up to this creature. My family is in danger. Get out of my way! As a burst of ink will fly out from the artistic armament as I'll do another watercolor wave where I will make this motion where I will get the Mouther and these two carnivorous sods.
Excellent. Roll the Damaji out.
Where are you? There you are.
Oh, Jenkins is doing it. Okay, and number 4. That is Jenkins. Jenkins, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh yes, this would be great. Hey, surprising me.
It is great. And he's immune to psychic damage, right? Is he just resistant or neither?
Psychic is not listed.
Plot twist. All right.
Have you checked
Oh
the
my.
automaton stats as well?
I don't know.
believe I would have put him on there.
Yeah, I just thought because he's a constructed innately the class would give him resistance or anything.
Yeah, no. His little computer chip is gonna struggle.
He's too advanced to his own detriment in this case. All right, he takes 11 psychic damage, and I owe you a dex save, sir.
DC 15 for the Mouther and these two sods next to me.
All right, excellent. All of them fail.
All three of them get coated in a paint, and as Sora rushes by them and hits them with her staff, she's, while riding the wave, almost using it as more substance to paint with as it alternates in colors until multitudes of what seems to be lotus flowers are painted along its flesh and glowing. Now, let us see how we paint this new picture. EOT. Also using her bonus action to get up on her staff.
Noise, Lilith.
Alright. Had an idea, but
You do have an advantage on the Mouther and the two sods. If you have any plans there.
not sure I want to get up close to the big ass plant.
That is fair.
Alright. For the time being, try this out. As Sora kind of hops up onto her staff, Lilith aims a spell towards the grotto mouther, and you would just see almost like a pit of spikes spring up underneath as she's going to cast spike growth.
Okay. Oh, what is it? 20 foot? Okay. Radius, fireball, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you control of it if you want to place it better.
I'll probably just go up one. That would be good for me.
Or you'll exclude, I don't know if you can see it, but
I mean, it's not like I mean they have to move into or out of it. I mean,
okay, I get you.
but anyway, that will be it for me.
Noise. Average, give me a wisdom save.
Sure. Let's see.
Alright, you take 11 psychic damage. And you don't know what's going on, you just feel your body kind of like shake. And then you get a spike in your mind. Perfect. Look at you. Falling right into my trap. And you see that when the Grotto Mouther moves over here, the growth moves with it.
Oh!
There we go. Now, he doesn't seem to have complete control of it. Shade could get rid of it, but it does seem to just move where the Grotto Mouther moves. Where is she? I have to think of our hard work. But first we feast. This is that little guy in his mouth talking. The other thing just looks nasty. One of its eyes open up. When the eye opens up, I need a wisdom saving throw from another D. I'll do a D5 since I can't see Lilith well. 1, 2, 3. Jenkins again.
My poor Jenkins is having issues.
Oh.
Alright, but he does make the save again, and it seems to be a set value 11 Sagante. Two whips come flying out at you, Phoenix. A 22 is the first one.
Sorry, having mouse issues. I think shielding still won't protect me. So yeah, that hit.
Unless you upcast it.
I can only upcast it to second level.
Be 22, yeah. So it still hit you.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
To be exact. But the second attack luckily misses you at a 13. And that's with advantage because you are now grappled by this creature as its vine lashes onto you.
She's like trying to fly up. Damn thing. No, I didn't like nature for a reason.
Go in my fly trap now.
I promise you I'm bitter. Oh, I missed the damage. What damage?
Oh, a 12.
Okay.
Merkroot looks at Lilith. The grotto now there can manipulate nature. All possible avoid its nature magic against it.
Oh, frustrating.
He walks up to you. Why do you think it was sent here to Sakura's domain?
Guess I'll have to think about this a little more carefully.
I'm gonna hide over here.
Don't go far.
Okay, master. Alright, this squad just starts to jump Sora. You see them just move through the trees, just ripping through the leaves like little beads of energy in a wire, and it shoots out the other side right next to you, and all three of them pounce onto you, leaping in the sky.
Okay, their first attack rolls are at disadvantage.
Okay.
Come and get me, you craggly pieces of dirt.
Alright, the Sods are going to each attempt to hit you. All right, and you avoid. Well, actually, I think 20 hits you, right?
A 20 will hit.
Okay, you avoid all the attacks except for one. And that was that was the second attack, so it wasn't disadvantage. 9 piercing.
Okay. Just a constant bobbing and weaving with the staff, almost bouncing off of them as they lurch at her. And just as one clips her, she grits her teeth, but she'll whirl around and face the others. Is that the best you got? I'm still standing.
Yeah, they just don't seem to have much emotion. They just open their mouth.
Well, blah to you too.
The top ones, one of the beelines to the spike growth. The other one gets behind you with its partner, and this one dashes all the way up to Amber but cannot attack.
Did they get harmed by the spikes? I can't quite see everything.
Well, it's standing on the spikes right now. Is anyone proficient in nature to make a check against the Sods?
I mean, well, actually, Lilith might. Oh, she should be. I'll double check.
Not to stereotype, but
Yeah, I made her proficient in nature.
All right, I'll give you one since you had a glance at them earlier. Start to realize what might be going on. Hopefully. Yes, okay. So I'm just gonna drop this feature here for you as your spell's about to get just swallowed up. All right, as it walks up to it and just starts licking it with its spell eater. He gains 20 temporary hit points. Is it second level spell? Third?
Second.
Yeah, it gains 20 temporary hit points.
Oh, Lowry. There's a hungry boy.
And we got 2 more attacks at Sora. The first ones of each will be at disadvantage.
Okay, here we go.
But yeah, but with your perfect recollection, you understand what they are and also further other stuff they will affect. Bite. All of those attacks miss you. Well, there's a 17 at you?
No, it does not.
Okay, so yeah, all of them just go right past you.
I'll keep them busy over here. You deal with the big one.
Emery.
With pleasure. I'll deal with this one first, though. Totally, I can totally do that. I'm gonna cast Hex on this fella. Then I'll attack.
It is.
Oh, let me add the.
Nice.
All right. Second attack. Let's keep it. You?
That one misses.
That's a. All right. And that will be it for now.
Excellent. Phoenix.
Just want to make sure it was the plant growth that was grappling me before. Now that it's gone, I'm okay to move.
No, that was still spike growth. That would just hurt you if you moved. The
Gotcha.
grottos wrapped you up.
And being right up on top of him, my crossbow would be at disadvantage.
Yes. Well, you're restrained, so disadvantage anyways, but yes.
What do I need to do to try to break out of it? Strength check?
So it's a grapple, so it'd be an athletics or acrobatics as an action.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it's rough.
You do have a nifty spirit ability to also get you out of this if you needed to.
Yeah, I was looking at that, but I was wondering if it was too early to use that.
Nah.
Your call.
Nah. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'd be bad at charisma.
Not me.
Yeah, let's do it. I told you I'm bitter. We will do the cone of Soul Rend.
Oh, get the fuck out.
Charisma saving throw. DC 8 plus 2 times proficiency bonus, so 16.
Okay. What is it?
Would be
Charisma?
14.
6, 8, yeah, 14.
I'm sorry. I'm mixing up characters. It's the other one that has 4 proficiency bonus.
Right. You're surprised the creature does make it.
I guess. Okay, then half the damage. Ha 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 ha.
Was that the single target or the area of effect one?
I had said the cone.
But you can't hit more than one of them, so I wouldn't mind if you
Yeah.
did a single target instead.
I appreciate that. That equals 8 total dice.
Yep. 10 de marche, and you put a hat. That's fine.
And she's a little distracted because Jenkins seems to be glitching a little bit. So she's going to yell, "Reboot! Quick, reboot!" He's going to use his repair.
got to offer you something that you may or may not want to take. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Instead of doing your damage, you can close one of his eyes. It will reduce the damage to 0. He only has one eye open right now.
Let's poke the eyes out.
All right. He's back to 0 eye.
That's concerning.
She is visually struggling to get away from him.
All right, Lewis, you can see that her blast hit the creature, but it seems one of its eyes seemed to close instead, and it didn't take any damage. But you see that all the eyes are actively trying to open up, and they're slowly opening. You probably don't like the idea of when they all open, what will happen.
Yeah, this has been a lot more troublesome than I expected. First things first, Lewis dismisses Sunblight, so he has a free hand and will try to break Phoenix from the grapple. Has his full action. That's his athletics to help out with that, I'm assuming.
Yeah, to just pull them out. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Bap. Yeah. For safety's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and
Or-
boost that up to 18 with Master Guidance.
18?
What's
Okay. Phoenix, you gonna say something?
I was going to offer to use my Flash of Genius, which would add 5 to it.
What's on you if you want to? Either way.
Yeah, we'll say she's taken one of the rods out of her pockets and kind of handing it down towards you to help bridge the gap.
Lewis,
Nice.
anywhere within 5 feet of you is you free her.
Okay. As he just like reaches in, grabbing onto this pole and just like deftly whacks the end of it, causing just enough space for you to slip out, and tosses you right behind.
Ah, thank you. This is a much better distance to take aim.
No problem. All right. If you're gonna focus on anybody, focus on the biggest one here, would you? As he just focuses his eyes and they start to go ablaze as he's going to bonus action Pyrolyze. And just raises his shield as he actually he's gonna go ahead and oh, it was full action to release her. So yeah, he just steps out in front and let me see, do I want to take this position a little bit? Yeah, this position's alright, I guess. EOT, as I just go ablaze and he's just trying to read every bit of movement from this Mouther.
Turn soda.
Meanwhile, I'm experiencing what I think is the Little Shop of Horrors. As she forces the last remnants of energy from the artistic armament to perform a watercolor wave for the last time, using the last of its charges. I will devote everything you have given me into trying to create something beautiful. She breathes under her breath as she gets up onto her staff and does this spinning, spiraling motion. As she'll make this motion, getting all of them around her.
Nice.
As she paints as if a lotus flower is blooming. Where are you? Need to figure this out better.
Wow, they all fell again.
And with this one next to her, with her bonus action, she comes down with an unarmed strike to almost cause this rippling impact to cause the lotus to open. Which she has advantage on, so I'll roll one more time.
The King of High School or something? I forget what it's called.
I think so. That character is Wukong, so I thought I'd try that one.
Oh, yeah. 13 hits.
Okay.
And you're hitting this one, the most injured one, right?
Yep, dealing 6 more bludgeoning on top of them.
He holds on. That grass head.
All right. Come and get it.
Lilith.
Alrighty.
Phoenix's cloak is somewhat blocking your view. Maybe on purpose tickling your nose.
Alright. Got a couple of options here. So, I guess the question might be... Okay, so being told that nature magic is basically no go, are we talking like purely like earth-based, like plants and stuff, or would that involve things like, call lightning, that kind of stuff?
I mean, you're not sure based on what he told you, but you probably call lightning probably be fine. Even though you can't call lightning in here in the thing.
Well, it just depends on how much space the room has. If it can accommodate the cloud, which is, I think it's like a 60-foot diameter.
Oh, I always think that spell needed the sky. I always get that confused.
It's either
You would
outdoors or an extremely spacious room.
Technically possible, just very restrained.
It's magic.
Would that even be an option for this room? I'm not sure.
Wasn't it just a 60-foot radius? Yeah, you can put it in the center of this room. I think it'll work out.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. So you just kind of see her eyes kind of glow, like almost like a brilliant white as she conjures up a storm cloud directly above everyone's heads. You may be able to manipulate nature, but there's more to it than just the earth. And she is going to call it down on some sods to help out Sora free her up.
All right, where are you calling down? Does it need to be a point you can see? Or now you're
let's
pointing
see.
to a spot you can't see?
Let's see. The radius is centered on a point that you can see. When you cast a spell, choose a point. Okay, you can see under the cloud. Alright. Let's go ahead and manipulate myself a little more. That'll work. So yeah, let me just zoom in. Yeah, that'll work. Just call it into the center of these sods right over here.
On this crypto. Uh, 16 and 11. Let the script run its manual. They all fail again. You manage to kill 2 and injure the others. Oh, nice. But at that point, you do provoke an opportunity from the grotto. He discovers maximum range as 20 feet.
Damn.
Will it hit or will it miss? see the vines come out at you. You don't have anything that stops critical hits, right?
No.
It's a good thing I missed you.
Vine comes
Oh, I
out,
see.
she just kind of puts out her own thorn whip and just kind of whips it away.
There's an awkward moment where they're shaking hands. The whips.
It's like Predator. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, cause you can kind of see, like, thematically since you figured it out, that he could somewhat control your throwing whip. So there's this awkward, like, connection handshake thing that happens. Oh, nice to meet you. Wait, no. Oh, she's gone. And then he looks down onto you, Lewis. Friend, she'll pay for what she's did. First, you want me to attack you, don't you, instead of your friends?
Maybe.
Deception. It looks like they'll attack everyone besides you just to spite you.
Fuck.
Ouch.
Take my chances. Who's most precious to you? The robot? And he's gonna attack the robot twice, and then he's gonna do one whip on Amber and one on Phoenix.
I mean, that little dirt monster over there looks pretty cute.
No. It is a 9-13 against Jenkins.
Miss.
Jenkins goes into overdrive. He's like dancing, spinning, jumping. And then I guess you get distracted, Emmerich, because you get immediately hit by a crit.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh. Jenkins, get my back.
For 21 damage. I'll slash him.
Ugh.
It grapples you, and then I do miss Phoenix. And Lewis, you get an opportunity attack as he moves away.
crap! I had to dismiss my Sunblight in order to do it. Oh, improvised as he just like takes the shield and just like bashes him.
And Amber, you drag at the maximum range of his whip since he has you grappled and restrained. Well, so he just kind of pulls you all the way over here into this mushroom.
Is that an opportunity this guy, or is that?
No, it's force movement.
Okay.
You do hit him. I don't think dueling. No, it's improvised, so dueling wouldn't apply.
Yeah, but it applies to one-handed stuff if I remember correctly.
So improvise
since I
its
use-
own damage, a D4 plus 5, so that wouldn't matter. And improvise.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. 6 it is then.
All right, the grotto runs off, and Murkroot turns around. Looks at Lilith. Starts absorbing the radiation from around her. I'm doing my part, are you?
Yes.
Excuse me, I'm a little vegetated because my best friend died following you into this place.
Oh, that's sad.
You know the risks. And you also know the risks of not holding to your word.
Just looks at Phoenix. He whispers, racist.
Phoenix nods while she's bringing up her crossbow.
Yeah. The two sods, the unmarked sods, take to the fight against Sora, dabbling up behind her.
Come on, you overgrown garden bench.
That really offends them. Enough to distract them that all of their attacks miss you. All 4, 2 from each.
Come on, I'm not even breaking a sweat yet. Are you a fresh cut of grass or what?
All right, it looks like they're gonna finish off Amaret.
I'm gonna catch y'all later.
No.
Okay, 4 attacks come out. Amaret, natural 1 to 14 will miss,
Okay.
followed by a 19 to 20.
Okay.
The first one is for 11.
That is enough.
The second one is 2 failed death saves.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Can I use a reaction, or am I just down?
Well, it depends on the reaction.
Hmm.
I mean, you could rebuke the first one if you're going for a rebuke.
I'm thinking about it, but I'm also a 1/16 caster, so I wanna.
Okay. All right. The second one bites you, dropping to unconsciousness, and 2 failures, which is scary because your turn is now. Actually, I have to bite Lewis, so you could just straight up die here.
Oh lordy.
Lewis, I miss you.
Not on my.
Got it.
Remember, you have to make a death saving throw. If you fail, you die. If you succeed, you have a success.
Someone give
Yeah.
this man an inspo.
I haven't, so I'm using.
Inspos rerolls.
Well, you
Well,
can
we're
wait-
re-roll now.
You can wait until you roll it.
I'm gonna roll badly. Watch this.
Come on. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
God.
Don't
No,
reroll.
let me use it anyway.
No, don't do it, bro. You have to keep the
Please
result.
no.
I want to get a 20.
Don't do it, bro.
Please don't.
All right.
Oh wow. I had it in my mind that because Amrit had told Jenkins, have my back, that Jenkins was going to be chasing after him. And, well, hell, we'll just do it all because chaos is good. You might not feel it because you're down and you're almost dead, but the medical gun comes, the tip of his finger like peels back like Inspector Gadget style, and there's a little needle in there, and he's going to use the medical gun on you, which has given you 11 hit points. And Phoenix was taking aim at the sods to get you out of there. But she's worried for you, so her tattoos are gonna come out to light on her arms. And she is going to use Shadow Heal. Giving you 28 HP.
Thank you.
And I'm sure Jenkins in a robotic voice says, "Get up." And Jenkins is going to reposition himself. Right in there. I'm going to EOT.
Okay, Luis.
All right. After being thoroughly annoyed, Lewis is pissed off. Bonus action to summon Sunblight. As it just manifests and flame starts to encapsulate it. We want to take out the weaker ones first. Yeah. Lewis is just going to, seeing Amrit go down, is very concerned and his emotions start taking over. So he just immediately starts heading toward him to take out the weaker one, provoking opportunity.
Okay. All right, the moment you break opportunity, he knocks you prone right here. Actually, it'd be where you break. It'd be where you break movements would be right next to me. You wouldn't break
Okay.
if he hit you. So he does knock you prone. I guess when half you get your half movement to get back up.
Okay. So that would have been 10 feet just to get there, knocked prone. So that means I have to use, whatchamacall, another 15 to get back up. That leaves me 5 feet of movement to work with. Shit.
That's still considered a hit for Fire Eyes.
Let's see. We
Or
posted
Pyro Eyes.
X. I don't know because it's just prone. You get to like actually take damage. I mean, I guess what we ruled that a shove would do the damage to it.
Hits with a melee weapon.
I mean, I guess the apprentice came in contact with you, but it's weird that someone could push you and not get hurt, but cutting you with the blade, they would get hurt. Since it specifies a melee weapon.
A little bit.
I wouldn't proc it.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Uses just kind of just like immediately getting tripped. He just like puts his shield down to try to bounce himself off, but it kills all of his momentum. All right, fine. Turns to the sod and just goes for double slashes on it. 19.
Yeah, easily.
Yep. Oh, lag. And 24.
Okay, that one, your second attack kills.
All right. As he's using the momentum to kind of boost himself up, the Sunblight just like digs into the ground, almost like slightly corrupting the ground as it digs through, cutting into the side of the sod's cheek to elongate the mouth a bit. And he just uses the last of the momentum to fully slice it in half. And using the last 5 feet of his movement, will move a little bit closer. And EOT.
And he's his trip, which is a nice one. Dora, you are. Well, you've been ganged up this whole time, so nothing changes. Continue.
Now there's just a bigger plan to trim down. Sora uses her bonus action as she presses her foot against the middle of her staff, which makes it bow out, and the winds swirl and gather up underneath her as she does this graceful disengage with her step of the wind.
Where are you going? I want to play.
Fine then. How about you play catch the ball? As she also raises her hand up, and this swirling ball of light that all of its energy radiates from her rune tattoo, but takes on a almost pure energy to it, not any type of rune element at all, as she will do a 30-foot cone soul rend.
So,
Let's get that out. Angled downward. I can pick it back a little bit further so I make sure I hit them too.
all right, I need a wisdom saving throw from, it looks like, Luis.
All right. Bap. Come on, roll 20. Any day now. Did I not click it? One more time for good measure.
There we
Okay.
go, mate. Are you satisfied with your 15 before I air resolve?
I'm a little bit worried about 15. I'm going to boost it up by 1 using Master Guidance. Up to
One?
16.
What do you say?
That was the difference, wasn't it?
Yeah, you needed 16.
Hell yeah, my instance came in.
You take 11 psychic and other effect.
Got it.
Now I owe you your Checkmonte.
DC 14 Charisma.
Okay, they all fail. You murdered the last 2 sods, at least for this group.
She will land right there, and that was... So that's as far as she can go for now. She will hang tight now that she's cleaned up the battlefield a little bit.
You disengaged. I was about to say, wait, so little if you're
Yep.
Alright. Well, I was about to blast that same area, but she cleaned it up a little bit.
You notice 2 of the creature's eyes are open.
Message.
Okay, there we go. I was looking for distances. There we go.
What are you gonna do?
All right. You see the foliage around Lilith's neck and like shoulders begin to almost kind of begin to breathe with more vibrant life force as she extends her hand out, and the ground right around Amrut's feet begins to glow as she imbues him with new life.
Nice.
Damn. Dang it.
Yeah, what I am.
Next time, I'll just let you do it.
And as she mends Amrut's wounds, I would take this moment to better prepare yourself, look for an opportunity and escape. I will protect you till then.
The creature looks at the battlefield. I guess I better retreat and summon up new sides. Oh, sod it. Yes. I'll join the others. There's no one to stop me now. Gets around the corner, and when it gets around the corner, you hear some kind of like explosion. It's just massive. Poof. No idea what's going on, but it's something gangster.
Oh.
Something real gangster.
You get back here, you oversized houseplant!
Rocks crawl down and crush its body for about 40 blood.
Oh.
And you can't see it, but you hear someone down there engages the creature, probably some kind of witty line or something. Too.
What's going on?
What the fuck?
Who just doing?
Did they seem humanoid?
It seemed humanoid, and the voice is familiar to one of them. They could take their turn immediately, and then again when they roll into proper initiative.
But there is Phoenix here, and there is a Mouther. Our intelligence proved useful.
You there?
Who are you?
I know that voice.
And stepping out of the darkness, a member of the vanguard of Icarus, a paladin clad in techno armor and with an energy blade, steps out, slashing away at the fleeing form of the body snatcher plant.
That hits. That hits. Describe
And
the kill.
as the two slashes come in, they drag their lines around the cornea of eyes surrounding the form of the body snatcher plant. The body in the center flails about, but before it's able to utter even a single word, the energy blade whips around, light and fast, but cutting and piercing, and goes right through its outstretched mouth before it's able to utter anything else.
It zips off to the mouth that feeds, pulling its darklings with it. This fight is over.
Phoenix floats in. Her head now is usually about the same height as everybody else, so she's like probably 3 feet off the ground. She is moving quickly, but she's trying to hide any excitement. Oh, I don't see Estrid. I was going
He's
that direction.
coming around the corner now.
Heavy footfalls make their way through the thin and shallow waters of the grotto as Estrid rounds the corner. Ah,
Estrid,
Miss Phoenix.
is the Vanguard okay? You're alone.
Ah, yes. Zig and Godric headed upstream. I decided to take this path. It seems my luck is strong today. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. I'm just a little confused.
The Vanguard was dispatched here to help protect Mother Nature's domain. We responded to the signatures of the Mouthers coming about. It seems I just came in time, but from what I see, almost everything was under control.
Well, I mean, we would have got it eventually, but it's good to see you.
I was never gonna let that ill-wanted plant get away.
Oh, let me make introductions. Estrid, this is Sora. Lewis, Amrit is the one back there, and this is Lilith. She's kinda new.
Nonali,
You are. Oh.
I'm sorry, and our friend who has been making it possible for us to traverse without the radiation taking effect on us. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. Merchroot.
Merkroot, the unappreciated individual following Lilith for the Furies, aiding at my own expense, following the threats of destruction. Nice to meet you.
He is
pleasure
small
to
in
meet you.
stature but brave.
She turns and regards each of the party members in turn, fixing them with a implacable gaze. I've heard or have known a few of you in reports, and many of you fetch a much more dashing figure than what's simply captured on enchanted ink and paper. I am Estrid of House Balgesa. No doubt you have heard of me, but we can perhaps set that reputation aside for the time being. Her gaze lingers slightly longer on Lewis for whatever reason before she turns back to Phoenix. That cloak looks good on you.
Yeah, thanks. It took a while to get used to it. Now I'm afraid I couldn't take it off if I wanted to.
Heavy is the mantle of power.
Not as heavy as Tasha's, but I'm glad to have the company.
So, with the Mouthers, were we able to locate the source? We fanned out in search of the presence, but coming here, I've only encountered darklings, and now this one.
I believe it is our friend Tasha. Nonali, I am Sora of the Aku.
Well met, Sora.
My brother took her down here, along with a creature that I believe is an ancient mouther that has been tricking my tribe for generations. He seeks to use my brother as an avatar, and I can't let that happen.
Understandable. An ancient Mouther and ancient foe may be. There is only one thing when it comes to rune warriors and Mouthers. I will assist you in this regard.
What is your name again?
Astrid, of House Balgesa.
Are you and Lewis related?
She looks over to Lewis. No, I and Sir Lewis Newell don't have any prior relation.
Same yearbook though, right?
Yeah, like same class, same generation.
The
The
young ones have their jokes.
an
Always have.
acquaintance, perhaps, of my family, but I don't believe we've ever met properly ourselves.
Not to my knowledge. So you're one of the people that was taking care of Phoenix during her, after the incident.
We took care of each other, thank you.
Indeed, she is quite formidable on the battlefield, as I gauge many of you are as well.
Estrid, if I may ask you a question.
Please.
You said you hail from the destroyed city, correct?
Indeed. It is where my family traces its roots, the seat of our power, and my home as well.
So how can you bring yourself to call this one, she gestures to Phoenix, a comrade when she destroyed everything you knew?
Here we go.
This is when Sora kind of turns on her heel and is giving Lilith this not so gentle look.
We might need to walk and talk. This is going to be a bit of an explanation.
My brother's still in danger.
Estrid's gaze lingers on Phoenix for a bit before she turns toward Lilith, but it does look like she's gazing long away. Indeed, the lives lost that day are incalculable, cannot be measured, neither by gold, by sword, or by time. Every life is incalculable, but it also holds true for Phoenix. The worth of her life, the deeds that she done, may balance and tip the scales yet. Should she ever shirk in her duty, not that I expect her ever to do so, it is my blade that will come first after her.
It only
I'm not
seems
supposed
right.
Not suppose that's the answer you're looking for, but that is the answer I have arrived at the very least.
Excuse me. Pastor Lilith.
Yes?
This is the furthest I've ever gone. I don't mix well with fresh water. I don't imagine there'll be much radiation this deep. And force me into the fresh water.
Can someone carry him?
How big is he compared to Phoenix? Can I fly him? Or could Jenkins carry him?
He's about the same size as you, but he's also a plant, so he's way lighter than you.
Does he need to come with us?
Lilith will probably kill him if he doesn't.
Their radiation meter is only about 78, close to normal breathing temperatures. Our levels outside and stuff.
Phoenix lands in front of him. You have done a great job. I do not wish you any ill. But I'm afraid Lilith doesn't answer to any of us. I'm happy to take you, so you don't have to get wet. And you can stay in the back if you like.
Water hurts my, not skin, you see, but my vines.
I get that. I'll keep you above it.
Thank you. If I have to use the bathroom, maybe by chance you'll pass over Lilith at the exact instant. There'll be an accident at best.
You shouldn't have said that out loud. Now I'd get in trouble if it happened.
Why don't this guy just go home?
That's when Lilith just pipes up. I don't know what passes for genitalia for you, but whatever you excrete from, I'll make sure to remove.
Wow.
Yeah.
Piggyback ride.
Yeah, he wraps on your back like a backpack since his body's of vines and plants. He literally can just fold in. And he's very light, maybe about 10 pounds, 11 pounds.
I can do this. And she will make sure she's not going to hit her head on the ceiling, obviously, but she's going to make sure she's well above the water.
As Sora is hopping across the rubble, she'll do a quick once over to see if she can see the gem, but if she doesn't, she's gonna just keep moving.
See the what?
The Mouther gem.
Oh, the stone. Yeah, you would see it in there, an earth one, a green one, a Gaia gem's what it's called.
She will, in one quick motion, when she spots it, dart her hand in to grab it and just keep moving. We don't have much time. The last I saw, they removed his legs.
You don't know for certain what you saw, whether it was the past, present, or things to come.
Does it matter? It's someone I love in pain. It's hardly relevant to what has happened.
I
Astrid
understand, but you need to keep calm.
turns between Lot and Sora, not quite understanding the situation, but grasping the gist of it. Sora, whatever you saw is, I believe, what the Mouther chose to show you, and chose to show you for a precise purpose. It may be, if your ancient foe is as cunning as it seems, it's definitely trying to elicit some sort of response by doing so.
It wasn't from a Mouther that gave me this vision, but the Stone of the World.
At that point, before you respond, Emret, you can hear whispers of chaos energy spewing from this northern room. You don't see it perfectly because there is a rise there about 6-7 feet, about difficult terrain, but you can hear Tasha's voice and feel her energy pouring into some type of grave with statues flanking it. And she keeps saying the name. Come back to us, O Deceiver, and plant your seeds in the world. Let them all realize this is your domain. No one else. And she notices you, Emret. Oh. Welcome.
Hey. Long time no see.
She snaps her fingers and two darklings form next to her.
What is talking over?
I can hear you from where you stand.
Okay, well, kind of out of the good talk, you know.
Yeah, her crown is glowing but it's a dark light, even though it's still glowing. And her eyes are like blackened over. Looks like she's got like her mascara or something smeared, but it's just these like dark veins running next to her eyes. And when she talks, there's like smoke coming out of her mouth, like it's cold outside, but instead of mist or something, it's just this dark mist. And she tells you, I feel so good right now. I feel powerful. I feel ready to take anything and anyone. He looks at Lewis. Not another step, old man.
Glad you could feel so good at the expense of my brother.
There are casualties in war. Apparently your group has not learned that. Only mine.
You've already forgotten what I've told you.
Think I heard it in the first place.
There will be consequences if my brother gets hurt, Tasha.
Yes, your brother.
You told me you would never bring him any harm, and you dare stand there now while he suffers.
I lied to you, Sora.
You deserve nothing, and I will take my brother back.
You come closer, and you will fail. I'm going to resurrect one of Zabimaru's surrogate bodies. You can waste your time stopping me. We can go forward and save what's remains of your brother. Suppose you have more than one brother now if you can count all his separate pieces.
But
Can I
why?
roll an insight to see if she's just trying to buy time?
Sure.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably like really messed up in the head right now, right? Oh, go ahead,
Yeah.
Lewis.
Lewis, considering the situation and the history we've had with Tasha so far, and seeing Sora just as riled up as she is, just like takes a slight step a bit closer to her, so that way his shoulder just slightly brushes against her, trying to help ground her back to reality, heir to excellence.
Okay.
Round 2.
Yeah. A little bit better.
Better?
You see, what's the DC? You think there's certainly some lies in there and truth. Your brother is not in this room. You've deducted that much. He's not inside this case.
You need to ignore her words. She's not who she used to be, and she's a danger to us all.
The Tasha I knew was brave and selfless. No. It is time that I put you down.
You're so concerned with your brother and all the mothers you've encountered thus far. But you don't even know where you are. You need a charisma saving throw from literally everybody.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
We're not that kind of squad.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and proc 3 Master's Guidance for myself, boost it up to 18.
Those of you next to you, Eshrid, actually have a really good +4 attached.
I have an active feature of advance on charisma saves if it's against magic. So would I have advantage on this?
Yeah, it's definitely a magical effect.
Okay.
I'm using
Only if that's the
inspiration.
case.
And Dryads do the same.
Gonna refund those 3 master points since the aura is helping out.
+4, so 18.
Okay.
19 my side.
7?
Seven's close.
Actually, considering Tasha having the crown, I'm gonna boost it up by 1 just to make it 20, just in case.
So just
6.
A cool 29.
okay, yeah. So a few of you are safe, but not as many as you probably like to be. The DC for that is, let's see what our crown is. DC is 19 for the crown.
Okay, insurance just in case.
How many
Man,
of
that's
you?
rough.
If you failed, plug in chat that you failed. Seated, then don't plug anything.
Can I use Flash of Genius after the fact? I can't remember.
Drop it. I don't know if you can use it after you know the results, but maybe you can. Let's see, because they specify. If it doesn't, then sure. It doesn't specify. And you're sure this is the full text, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't specify, so you're able to push yourself over the top.
Then I pass, but Jenkins does not.
Okay. So it's Sora, Lilith, Emmer, and Jenkins that have failed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with you 4. The rest of you we'll get to in a moment. We are gonna go into initiative here.
Got it.
But those of you who failed are not going into initiative until you can get back in here. Which is going to be Lewis is safe, Eshrid is safe, or Eshrid, Eshrid, Phoenix are safe. The other ones of you are, I just need to know your dex modifier. That is going to be where you are in initiative, just your modifier.
4.
Oh, damn.
Jenkins is 2.
1.
I'm gonna add you guys to initiative. Then you can left click and change your own result in the chat. Hey, Jenkins doesn't even think it's on your turn.
That's yeah. I didn't know how you wanted to handle that.
You don't you'll see, but right now he's not accessible to you, I should say.
Okay. Just curious. While everybody was talking to Tasha, Phoenix had told Merchroot to go hide in that tree, but be careful because it's really weird that a tree is growing down here without any sunlight. So I don't know what he has done during that.
Oh,
this
he's going
time.
over there now. Who am I missing, Emma? You said Emma? Is anyone missing from initiative? I might have missed somebody. I feel like I did.
I think it's me. Yeah. Hold on.
Okay. Now you can left click your 0 and put the number you're supposed to be at, which is just your dex mod, no roll.
Gotcha. That's a phone.
Once you guys have done that, I will tell you what's happening next.
Gonna need to adjust your initiative, Sora.
Yeah, did Cloudy step away or?
No, there it is.
Okay. All right, so Tasha's towards the end. All right, so the rest of you spew into battle. Actually, you can see that your allies seem to fall into a stupor. They literally drop through the ground, and at the same time, Merchroot is walking towards this tree. He's skipping. Ooh, tree, 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 tree. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Freedom. Then he sees Lilith just appearing next to him. Lewis made it. Sora appears there. Hammer it. And they're just hanging from the tree. These 4 guys. And they're in some type of stupor. And Merchroot sees that and just starts running. No! And the tree awakened. Oh, you figured it out, huh? Oh. Don't worry about your friends. They're in a better place.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And we're gonna, since they're going to at minimum lose a round of combat for sure, we're gonna start with your friends and then you guys are gonna go into regular combat. For your friends, I need you to get ready. You are in the perfect future for you. Everything makes sense while you're trapped here. Your ideal world after you're done with adventuring, or maybe before or during, whatever your goal is. For Lilith, maybe that's you becoming the next Mother Nature. I know it's probably not it. That's just an example. So you're gonna have to RP those moments. All 4 of you, including Jenkins, even though he's a machine. In fact, I'll give you guys some time. We'll go through initiative first, and then we'll get to your story. So you have time to think of what you want, what your ultimate goal is. And perhaps for you today, Sora, it's so important to save Daniel that maybe your goal is just in your vision you've saved him. But that's some stuff I want you guys to think on. In the meantime, Asher, take your turn. Give him time to think about those things.
As the situation unfolds rapidly on the battlefield, as it appears to always do, Estrid looks over her shoulder at Lewis. Sir Newell, will you be able to hold this off? I'll go assist the rest of Fred.
He looks a little bit apprehensive as he's like looking forward, back and forth at the tree and then at the cores, but he just gives a nod. I'll do what I can.
Show me what the King Aspirant is capable of. And she then ignites her energy blade as a bonus action. And runs to interpose herself between the tree and Phoenix. Rather than slashing at the tree, however, she reaches out with a hand and you see several golden runes ignite in front of her before it kind of almost looks like a writ of contract or law. Each of the runes then fly off to then land onto Lilith, Amrut, Sora, and Phoenix. As I will upcast Bless at level 2 to target up to 4 creatures.
In your better place, you feel #blessed.
All right, and that will be it for Astrid as she takes a defensive stance, leveling her energy blade parallel with her eyes against the tree.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Go ahead, Phoenix.
Okay. Phoenix looks a little disturbed. She knew she didn't like that tree for some reason, but she trusts Estrid. She's seen Estrid in battle before. So she is going to call out to Lewis, "Here, let's see if this helps." And she takes one of her cymbal clashing monkeys and throws it into the middle of the triangle that Tasha makes with her hook cores to do fairy fire.
Yeah, it gets all three of them. It's X away.
And bonus action, she usually tells Jenkins what to do, so she's going to do that again. Snap out of it! And BOT.
Let's see how many of these mofos are lit up.
Leslie?
Both of the hill cores are lit. I'll have to check Tasha. Tasha is not lit. Oh, you guys can actually see that look.
She used to be an ally, so.
Yeah. Let's check. All right, the hook cores both spontaneously spark a light. No, it's actually 22 because I didn't click her dex save proficiency, only her dex stat. The hook core comes right at you, Lewis. Jumps in front of you, and now it's shining and glowing. And it spins its hooks towards you.
Raises the shield in preparation. Let's see.
All right, 2 hook attacks. An 18 and 19 question mark.
Both miss as Lewis reinforces the armor, one of the claws hitting against his shoulder, but bouncing off due to the metal as he uses his shield and helps reflect it into the wall. AC 21.
And then you see the next one come in and try to slash at you. But they also form a sort of barricade for Tasha to try to prevent you guys from reaching her. And a 16 and a 21 this
21 is exact.
for 13 piercing.
All right, as the claws start to dig into across his chest, it would probably notice that there seems to be like a bunch of barnacles that are starting to fall off. Just barely managed to destroy the barnacle shield. Gotta love that armor.
Tasha's up. She touched on her helm. Are you going to cooperate or not? She's talking to herself. You are under my command. I don't care that you think that Palm was a bitch. You answer to me. I don't know who the Stone Warrior is.
What?
The hell?
He's not here, no. Palm's not here either. Listen, Goldea, I won't tell you again. If you want to come out, you will obey me. Fine, you're not coming out. He spent your turn arguing with Goldea.
That's exactly what I was gonna guess.
Ooh, at least he's not out here, goddamn.
All right, Sora. Sora, oh yeah. You're in the dream. Hold on, we can't have combat music for your greatest moment.
Yeah, I would say something very like peaceful, almost uplifting to play.
Oh yeah.
So, taking into the dreamscape here, Sora is sitting on the head of maybe an adolescent or young adult dragon turtle. And with the treasure kind of pouring out of his shell, it's clear it's mellow. But he's not swimming in the ocean, nor is he walking across land, as clouds are slowly rolling past Sora and Mellow. As he has grown so large, he now supports this home or temple that as he just seems to swim through the skies. Next to Sora are Ogobas and Dondo lounging on either like the railings or something with different varying fruits. And behind even them at the temple in the house, the forms of other monkey-looking fauna or monks and her friends just all talking and having a good time as Sora leans her head back, smiling. This is the future she's always wanted. Are you okay, Dondo? There's a lot of apples you just ate. You know they kind of give you the runs.
At least they're not golden anymore. Fuck that guy, am I right?
Yeah, that guy sucked.
Wow. The way you came in there, swish, bam, zing, bang. And then Zion showed up and shopping. And then all those girls and I got laid. Oh yes.
I couldn't have done it without you, you know.
Yeah, stop. You're making me blush. I just can't believe that me and Phoenix are getting married soon.
I know, right? I always figured you two would get along. She's kind of like the bossy type, and you needed order.
Yeah, but it just fell into place, you know? I used that tiefling joke on her, even though she's not a tiefling. She loved it.
It always brought all the girls to the yard.
Just like my milkshakes.
And Ogobas, you got cleared from Mother Nature, and you get to live with us. How do you feel?
It's good. When I go back into my giant ape form permanently, I thought it was over for me. Now I can properly defend our clan.
Indeed, and then you can teach me the future and the future generations the way of the Monkey King.
Exactly. How's your master faring? I heard he came back recently too.
Yeah, after his brief bout with Hyperion, he managed to clear his soul, and the dragon turtles and islands have never seen such peace before in our time.
It's nice that the fight's finally over.
Indeed. Now, time to work on my personal legend. The tale of Sora Aku, Moon Princess.
A jealous cloud comes shooting in the Nimbus.
Oh, sorry, Nimbus, as she will hop up and then hop onto the Nimbus. Let's go for a ride then.
Shoots off through the clouds, and Daniel's like, hey, wait for me. He's carrying this picture of Tyrantum on his back, and every time he gets a lip, he just punches out a little bit more of the artwork.
But that is Sora's ideal future.
Excellent. At the end, as if you don't know, his effect that moves you is kind of like a banishment. He brings you into his own realm, even though your bodies remain here. You get your charisma save at the end of your turn. Maybe you'll be free.
Okay, we will see.
At the end, you realize something. The Nimbus kind of fades and you start falling, and then you see Daniel on the floor. His legs are missing. He's screaming, "Sora, save me!"
Dondo, I'm coming for you! As she comes to fall, it's just her slow fall like maneuver where the wind gathers where she lands, and she snaps out of it and bares her teeth, looking in the direction the hook horse. Tasha!
You fully wake up, and you were in like a little cocoon thing, but you bust out of it when you wake up. Okay.
Someone's gonna get a beat down.
Oh, that was fast, she thinks. Don't forget the OT.
Alright, EOT. Oh, text. There we go.
Okay, Amrad, you set the table for us. What are we looking at in your ideal world, or whatever you want to happen right now?
Oh, okay. Amrit is sitting at a porch at night. It's basically like pitch black in front of him. There's like, you can see like maybe trees, like a tree line barely. Well, of course, I guess you could with his dark vision. It was like a beaming like light, like candle light in like the house that he's sitting like behind him. And he's just out there in the middle of the night just watching it. Just like, damn coyotes. And someone will come behind him and reach down and hand him a cup of coffee, which he'll take. Thank you. And sitting down beside him is not an obvious choice. It's actually Nikita.
Miles. Just like you like it, and without the blood.
Yeah. Don't even joke like that.
Don't worry, that life's behind us now. With Night Chapter long gone, we don't have to worry about anyone coming after us. Not anymore.
Yeah. And he'll like hold her hand, and he'll just like look down across like their arms and their hands to see like the scars that they essentially share. Not in the same place, but just the idea of them sharing that same rhythm essentially in their lives, living that same lifestyle, using the same abilities, using their own pain for other people's power. And he just exists in this dream that's not so much better than him being with someone else, but easier, as they have like a similar life, a similar path.
Yeah. You hear a dish break in the house. Oh, sorry. And Yasuke is wearing a maid uniform and cleaning the dishes.
Well, guess y'all gotta learn new things. I'll get it.
And
Over.
she smiles at you as you walk off, and as you walk off, the walk feels really long. Give me a charisma saving throw.
All right, let's see. And make sure the bus is on there. Let's go with inspiration. That's not the same. The bless is a D4, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Let me change that real quick. Okay.
Oof.
Oof. You walk in and you see him doing the dishes. And he just tells you, now that Night Chapter is over, always wanted to be housemaid.
You fucking serious?
No, I lost a bet to you. Did you forget already?
No. I mean, a dream's a dream. I'm happy to help.
He laughs and he gives you some soap. Fighting mouthers and assassins, cleaning dishes, and enjoying coffee.
Luxury of life.
Luxury indeed. Luis. You'll be back up, but first I actually want Phoenix to walk us through what kind of bullshit is Jenkins' ideal world right now.
I think Jenkins, as sweet as he is, and he loves Phoenix so much, his dream is that Phoenix is serving him instead of him serving Phoenix. But not like in a demeaning way, but more like we're besties. So you see the workshop, and at first you see Phoenix and you think she's in charge and she's like working on the telescope to look at the moon, and she's talking about, I can't quite understand why this lens isn't working. It really should. And Jenkins comes over. Well, here, let me show you this. You need to make sure that it's angled at the right angle and that it's pointed to the Phoenix, you silly thing. You have it pointing to the wrong hemisphere. No wonder you can't see it. And he rotates it a little bit. There, now look. And Phoenix goes in to look. Oh my God, that was it, Jenkins. You are so. I don't know what I would do without you. And he kind of has a sparkle on his chest plate at the right time, like people's white teeth just glimmer. His chest plate glimmers, and he's, you know what? I could use a polishing. And Phoenix says, that is a great idea. I'll be right back.
I can get used to a life like this. It sits there, and Jenkins looks around. Now, in his ideal world, did he collect him that bounty, or is Amrit actually his friend?
I think Amrit is who Phoenix gets the polish from. He is the tool boy.
There we go. So yeah, Lewis. For a second I thought I was gonna ask you for your ideal world, but I think you just somehow didn't even beat their dex mods. That's bad. Take your turn.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that
Wait,
freaking
does-
low initiative curse.
Does Jenkins get to make a new
Oh yeah,
charisma
yeah.
save?
Charisma save. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Yep.
You
Oh,
know what? Has an adaptable system now. He would like to re-roll that saving throw if possible.
Go for it.
Nope.
oh. Worth a shot.
Even if I'm falling
Okay.
the blessing won't be enough.
Well, Phoenix is blessed. Not
Oh,
Jenkins.
not Jenkins. Understood. Okay, well, he's still going to enjoy having Emerald Milkman. I mean, the tool boy go help him out. All right, Lewis, you are up against the fairy fired Okor.
Okay. Are both of them at the moment, or just one of them?
No, they both got lit up.
Okay, thank you. Now. Okay, double checking. Would a grapple and shove check count as an attack roll for the purposes of fairy fire?
No, because they're not
Damn.
attack roll; they're ability check.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, fuck it. As Lewis just like looks back and forth, just assessing the situation, and every now and again he's just able to see the faces of those contained within the tree. Damn it. Just need to stall things out as he just like drops Sunblight to his side and just like try to use all of his force in his body to kind of push the cord directly in front of him against the wall. Actually, he's gonna use his free hand to try to like grapple against one of the claws. First things first. Let's hope I do good. I'm re-rolling that inspiration. There we go.
Okay,
This is for a grapple.
which one you're grappling?
The one that is on the bottommost.
Bottommost. Okay. All right, I owe you an athletics. Yeah, you grapple him.
All right, as he just like grapples again along the arm, just like trying to pull it down as much as possible. You're not getting further. As he just uses his elbow to against its inner elbow and tries to push it all the way down to the ground for a shove down to the ground.
Okay.
Once more. 25.
Oh yeah, you're gonna. Actually, I could possibly beat that, but it's unlikely. Yeah, you shoved him down.
All right, as he just locks down the Hakor all the way into the ground, it like lightly cracks the ground from the weight of the Hakor. Come on, wake the hell up!
Lilith.
All right. And this is, you said it's like our ideal, either a future or maybe even a past, or
Yeah. It doesn't be like your ultimate goal, but it should be something extremely great. It should be something that puts you in a better place.
Gotcha. So for Lilith, you would see herself. You kind of come in, and there's this modest cottage on the edge of a forest looking out towards a very beautiful prairie. And you see Lilith working almost like an in-house alchemist, just taking ingredients from the nearby forest and making tinctures and poultices. And you would see this small child, about maybe 8 or 9 or so, and you just hear him say, "Mommy, mommy, what are we having for dinner today?" And Lilith just kind of kneels down. It'll be whatever your father brings in. Just go outside and play, Silas. And he just kind of looks down dejectedly. All right. Will you come play with me later? And she just gives him a warm smile. Of course, honey. And she just kind of gives him a light pat on the cheek and sends him on about his way. And then about a couple hours pass, and her husband comes home, and she just kind of greets him with a very warm and tender hug. And she just lays a very warm kiss on his lips. Welcome home, honey. I didn't know you was gonna be here quite so soon. And after about a certain amount of time, I guess potentially this little dream of hers might potentially fade, depending on what the save might be.
Yeah, Christmas.
All right. And is this still with advantage, being a magical effect?
Yeah. So right as your husband's about to respond, great. It's great to be home. We're dragged back here where a cocoon just shatters, stardust flying off, and you awaken to see Eshrid and the fight unfold.
And as she kind of clambers back up to her feet, Esther just gonna see a tear fall down from her face. I already had reason enough to end that woman's life, but now she has to go and make it personal. Very well.
Eshrid, you're up.
Estrid spots the falling tear from the Dryad's face. She acknowledges it, but she doesn't say anything, as it seems that she is holding her own quiet dignity over whatever dream she sought. Estrid, with her energy blade, will attempt to sever... so they're in cocoons that are suspended from the branches, or embedded into the tree itself?
They just seem to be embedded. They're they
Okay.
are suspended to an extent, but they're also halfway embedded into it.
Okay. Estrid will try to strike at branches that aren't attached to cocoons, if there are any, essentially. Like the large branching ones coming off its body, yeah. Alright.
Alright, you cut into it. Your first strike.
Not sure if the 12 strikes, yeah.
The 12, no. How many people are still caught in it?
Jenkins and Emmerich.
Okay. There is a mechanic in this game where some creatures can split their pain. It is taking 4, and Jenkins and Emmerich are taking 4.
Oh. What the? Oh, dear lord, has that mechanic?
Oh, that was his thing. Oh no,
That makes way too much sense, honestly. I can't even be mad.
I forgot it did that.
But you guys focused on breaking everyone out first before fighting it. But yeah.
She's is there any obvious effect? I guess from the cocoon, maybe there's
Yeah, when you cut into it and you slice off one of the branches or a portion of the cocoon, you could see the entire tree has a light that rotates through it. Kind of reminds you of a subway where the lights just kind of flash as it comes through. The light shoots around its body and rolls over Emmerich and Jenkins, and you can see that an uncomfortable look appears on Emmerich's face, and Jenkins, well, his face doesn't change, but yeah.
The
Alright.
head
Flash
kind
is
of
red.
twitches.
There you go. It's like a twitch, like a.
You not only steal their thoughts, but their health too. What a covetous tree you are. And unfortunately,
It responds to you. You think you can vanquish me? Even if you win, I'll just return back. Unless you can brave the mouth that feeds and destroy me forever. We will always survive. But you, Rune Warriors, all the faces start to laugh. An endless battle against an unceasing foe.
if victory cannot be achieved, then we simply battle forever. Nothing more, nothing less. And unfortunately, paladins are notoriously bad at utilizing the bonus action, so that is my turn.
Sounds like Shield of Fate or something. There's not much else. Phoenix, you're up.
Unfortunately, the hook core closest to me is prone, I believe. Trying to help Lewis because he is single-handedly holding back those two over there. So she is going to take aim at the hook core that is not prone. Feeling a little extra lucky thanks to Estria.
That
Nice.
hits. That hits.
Ooh.
Yep.
And she just turns her head and over her shoulder yells, "Jenkins, get out of it!" POT.
Jenkins responds, grab my tools right now, Emmerich. Right now. The hook core gets shot, and it's thinking about bolting to you, but it looks back towards Tasha, who it's hoping to protect. And then it goes to again attack Luis. You easily deflect as double 12s come out against you.
All right. As the Hakor that he's holding down is like struggling, he's just like almost using the Hakor's body to his advantage to kind of like hold the other Hakor at bay.
All right, and this one that's down attacks you at disadvantage and still manages to hit you once.
Oof.
Getting a 25 against you, disadvantage.
Okay, that hits.
Stabbing into your stomach for 9 piercing.
All right. As it digs into Lewis's body, he just like directs his shield directly toward its neck. If you're gonna try to take a cut at me, I'm gonna have to take a cut at you too. As he grips onto it and a slicing wind starts to pierce out. A reaction to go ahead and do Great Badger Shield. Where is it? There it is. DC 17, 5 slashing.
Disadvantage on the deck save. With disadvantage, you get an 18 turns into a measly 2. He fails.
Hell yeah. As it just like cuts against the armor around the neck, leaving a clear gash, but not fully exposing the flesh.
What do you mean you're afraid of them? I know they beat you once and it hurt, but you can fight them again. You're the devil, for gosh sake. All right. You're all freaking useless. Every last one of you. One of you are a pacifist? Just who the hell was Palm collecting in its crown? Guess I'll have to do it myself. As she focuses on her crown, you see her levitate about 10 feet. You're doing well, Lewis, but your wellness ends now. And a blast comes shooting out. And
As he just glances up, and you could just see the reflection of the blast like in his eye.
luckily, it's a strength saving throw. Explosion comes trying to knock you back.
Come on. I am re-rolling that inspo.
Oh.
Come on. Oh.
There we go.
As he just feels the pressure of everyone behind him, and he's like the last bulwark essentially. Just channels what the Great Badger Shield stands for and just holds his ground.
You take 19 force. You felt as though it would have sent you flying if you couldn't stand your ground. He laughs. You still haven't figured it out. The ritual will be complete soon. Sora.
All right. Seeing Lewis get hit like that, Sora is going to push herself off away from the tree and risk an opportunity attack from the tree.
Okay. There is no opportunity attack from the tree. It's still conversing with Estrid, explaining to Estrid, Mouthers are forever. Your battle hopeless. Join my tree. I'll nourish you, take care of you, give you everything you ever wanted.
And what if I wish for you to go back to the mouth that feeds?
I can do that too. Come over and go to sleep. Reality can be anything I wanted. And as you move, Sora, you get there, you hear, Sora! Sora!
Does Phoenix hear that?
Yeah, you all hear it. Just kind of like stopping her movement on her turn. But yeah, it's pouring down from this hall over here. Dando's in excruciating pain, and it sounded like mustering that scream might have been the remainder of his strength.
I'm going to insight against it using my bonus action, if that's okay.
Sure.
Because I don't know if I'm being tricked still.
You might be. There's a lot of trickstery stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Magic is powerful. That's why we've got DCs and stuff. At 23, I think that you pierce beyond the relation of the arcane and you recognize genuine suffering from someone you love. You know that that's Dando. There is no illusion. He's using every ounce of strength left in him to cry out your name.
Right. When she immediately stops, and her eyes are trained on Tasha, but that amount of pain, suffering, and she grits her teeth, and she looks to everyone with a fleeting look of just shame. But we'll use her bonus action use her action to dash since she used her bonus action.
You need to ignore it, Sora.
Go
She's
get him,
right
Sora.
here.
Making clear eye contact with Sora and just like struggling to keep this Hakor down at the ground. Louis just locks eyes with Sora. Go, I got it covered.
You'll put everything at risk when she can destroy entire nations.
Honestly,
She-
at this rate, I'm not even sure if we can get past her.
She unfortunately ignores all of you as she will run into the darkness.
And when you run into the darkness, your connection to Dando illuminates the two of you, your light rune infusing onto him, revealing him in a pile of hay next to his slaughtered animals with bones. His legs are in fact missing.
Leave him alone, damn it! Leave him alone!
You came here all alone, by your lonesome. Gather your brother, my student. But what can you do to stop me? I'm older than you, wiser, I'm faster, and I'm stronger.
You may be all of those things. I may not be strong enough to fight you. But why would I ever abandon someone I love because of that?
Two deaths instead of one. I won't argue with your logic. Dando made for a fine sacrifice. I will add you to my lord's collection. Come, do what you can, Sensora. I hope your room's ready. But if you ever thought Dando was strong, I assure you my student is nothing compared to his master.
As she stands in the water, she just prepares herself, looking over to Dondo. I never for 1 second hated you. Let that be known.
Run. Live. For me.
She performs this series of motions very similar to Tai Chi before she thrusts her palm out and beckons at Master Yinzurin. Let us begin then.
With pleasure. Let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break.
Oh shit.
I'm trying to get back to my devil's threesome.
Welcome back to our session, Phantoms of the Past. We'll be treated to another dream from Amrit, which can mean a continuation of what we already saw or something entirely different.
Oh no, we're still in this. The bisexual maelstrom. Yeah, he's still at the same cottage with Nikita and Yasuke. It's like morning now, and they're like having breakfast. They're just eating like no one can really cook, unfortunately. They haven't so much learned that skill, so it's like mainly toast to the best of their ability. It hasn't been too long after like the fall of the night chapter and everything, so they're just enjoying their time together essentially.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Have you ever saw this movie? I swear my wife made me watch, but I will admit I really loved it. My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh, I don't believe so. No.
Okay. We get a letter from Judith.
Okay. What does it say?
He's asking how everything's holding up on your end, and if you remember some of the crazy adventures the two of you had together.
Now I read this in secret as well.
Okay, if you read it in secret, you know that she's been writing you for a long time. I mean, you guys are best friends, but you don't know if it's you or her, but one of you wondering if you guys should be together instead. Little Twilight bullshit happening here, I guess. And give me a Christmas saving throw.
Okay. Still blessed.
Always hashtag.
And out the
Okay,
aura.
let's get it.
Unfortunately, he's just outside. I thought they
Oh,
were
never mind.
arranged
10.
out.
Oh, that's
I
fortunate.
thought they were arranged just for visual purposes, but no, that's their actual physical coordinates in space.
Yeah, they all.
Easy,
They all
don't worry now.
his edges. He's got
I'm
them.
gonna roll a 20. Right. Watch this.
You know what? I'm giving you the inspo to reroll that, please.
Okay. Now I'll roll
We
a 20.
can say
Because my
effort
friend
move
believes
one
me.
space consideration in that. Well, that doesn't help.
No.
Who did that?
Well, so, I mean, if you're giving him the benefit of a paladin or we boost the first one up to 13, and Bless could potentially push it up.
No, because we know it's 19. So
Oh,
Well,
Yeah,
Phoenix is
it's
in
way
range
out of
for a
range.
flash, right? Or no?
Yes.
That would only add 5, though.
would those all combined be possible?
so
If
13,
he's in Paladin Aura, yes, but
yeah, 13, 17, Flash will push it over if Bless rolls well.
All right, so let's see
So-
your bless roll.
Okay.
Potentially. And I could refund my inspo. Amount to. Let me see. So the aura is +4, so
15, that would be exactly 19.
plus. Am I getting that right? Or is it only
Wait,
a +4 on
isn't
the end?
Where's oh, wait a minute.
oh, whoops.
Is it 18 or is it
How
19?
much is Flash?
5.
Okay, so that's guaranteed 9, just from them alone.
So it's 18.
Well,
No, it would be 20 because the 2 on the bless.
math is so
Oh.
hard. Math is so
Hey.
hard. All right.
We're in there.
So you wake up once you get that saucy letter.
You heard Phoenix's voice saying, "Snap out of it!"
Awesome. Actually, now that I'm free, and because this is long overdue, after he reads this letter, Emrit, in both the tree in the like this illusion and in reality, gets a message within his head from Judith that he sent like 2 weeks ago. And it says this: "Oh, hi, Emrit. Just checking in to see how it's going. I've been swamped with a bunch of work, but I just wanted to say, I just wanted to say that I miss you guys. Stay safe, stay alive, and get ready because I've been uncovering some concerning things. Bye. That's a real message. You sent to me. And hearing that erupts within his mind and fully like releases him as it's the actual like message from Judith herself. And reading the message, his eyes will open. And then he'll just say back, I'll also go on the Western Front. And he'll like jump out of the tree. What's going on?
Sora
ran
went
off,
that way.
but we're gonna need you if we're gonna be taking on Tasha and her crown.
Got it. Someone else go then.
Phoenix is already flying that direction.
Oh, you don't get movement. It's your end of your turn, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'll stay right there. Can I do any action or anything?
Now I can see end of your turn, but we'll say you make it to Eshred's side.
Okay.
Hey,
Or
before
that.
you go, Lewis,
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
I imagine in his dream, Phoenix goes trotting up to Toolman Amrit. It's like, I need the polish for Jenkins. He is so smart. And Amrit's like, no, let me polish him. It would be an honor. And so Amrit goes out with the polish and the rag. And if Jenkins makes a charisma save, maybe Amrit polishes a little too hard.
There we go. Charisma saving throw. He's so close. I'm gonna give him Eshred's thing.
Oh, it means I'll get +2.
No, it's
No,
Phoenix
Phoenix
is
does.
close. No, not him. Yeah, I think he blessed Phoenix, right? Wasn't it Phoenix?
Yeah, I had
Phoenix,
double
yeah.
checked.
We'll say you were close to them. If you knew where they were, you would have moved. So we'll assume that you got like right next to both of them. Bring Jenkins.
So as Amrit is polishing Jenkins, there's this eye connection that's being made, and Amrit's like, let's talk about that bounty. And Jenkins snaps out of it.
All right. Good thing you ain't get to the next tree. The emotional fight returns. Lewis, you heard that cry, but someone has to hold off Tasha. If we get attacked from the back and the front, we're just gonna die. What's going through your head as you see Sora take off against an opponent she may not be able to handle, but you don't have much choice but to remain.
Lewis, hearing Dondo's cry in the distance, almost immediately sets off a memory in his head, even while he's using all the force left in his body to hold down the Hakor. A flash of a look of almost anguish, grief, surprise, shock. A mix of so many different emotions as he feels the phantom pain in his mechanical arm for a brief moment. The day he sacrificed his arm in exchange for one of the Tangled. Before it flashes back to reality again, and he just grits his teeth. I need to hold him off. Come on. I got this! As he just grits his teeth and the fire rune almost just like blazes across his entire body as he second wins as his bonus action. Come on. Please roll good. Okay. Come on. I got this. Come on. As he just focuses everything he can to just like track both of the movements of both the Hakors, keeping an eye on Tasha, and just not even trying to worry on the others, because he knows exactly what his job here is right now. And that's just to hold him off as he's going to use main action to dodge.
Excellent. Well, if you're free from the grotesque tree.
All right. see what we got here. Okay. So for Tasha, is she's on the ground, right? Or
She's levitating about 10 feet up.
I think 2 feet up. Okay. All right. She runs up behind Lewis, and you see, um, like as she's leaping up, plants kind of extend out from her outfit, kind of forming little footholds. And as she gets there, she is going to take a whip at Tasha, trying to yank her down.
Okay. You succeed.
Hell yeah.
4 and 9 piercing damage. And as she gets yanked down to the floor, you would see her take a grasp onto her pendant around her neck. I'm gonna need your protection once more. And you see her rip it from her neck, and as she throws it, you see that emerald kind of shine and shatter. And as she throws it about 20 feet away towards Tasha, you see something looking almost human, but not quite, as a wooden figure stands with amber eyes. It seems to have a very deep connection with her, as she summons her Heartwood Revenant.
Like,
Your advanced rune comes out. Place him wherever you send him.
So, yep, that's 20 feet. And I think it goes at the end of her turn.
Yeah, just like the normal summon.
And as this Revenant regards Lilith with a mimicry of emotion, it then turns to Tasha and will try to attack her.
The soldier shoots into battle. An 18 connects.
For another 6 bludgeoning.
Your first attack caught her off guard as you came in and slammed against her. Prepares for your second one, manifesting her crown, almost like force, holds you back as the Heartwood tries his best. Protect. Nobody cares about.
Either relinquish the crown, or I will snuff out your life.
You will try.
Very well.
Actually,
The dream you offer, your dreamers wake one by one. All dreams must end, and so must you. She levels her blade and takes some few swipes at this tree. 12 missing, and 10 missing, darn.
oh,
Amongst the falling leaves, she swipes at branches things she sees, but they move away in time. But at least she's now free to move without fear of injuring her allies.
The tree looks at you, having flashed very briefly visions for you of things you want, things you may need, and those throw off your strikes slightly.
All right, absolutely. And I think that is it.
I would like to say that Phoenix and Lewis lock gaze just for a second, and she nods at him because he knows what she has to do. Sora being Phoenix's best friend, I want to say that she was tracking how many long rests since last time Sora used her powers, her advanced rune. Phoenix knows Sora doesn't have it in her quite yet, and she is worried about this fight. She has used her Shadow Heal, but she has 2 other uses left of her rune. In the spirit of Cleanse Spirit, I know Sora doesn't need to be cleansed, but does Phoenix think if she wills it enough, she can offer her remaining rune powers to make it so Sora can use hers, like transfer her rune power to Sora?
What are the range of those runes features?
Shadow Gate is 60 feet. Shadow Fire, I'm not sure, but I mean, I have 50 flight speed. I can get all the way up to Sora if need be.
Sure, yeah. You can transfer those energies to her.
So I know Sora is got her eyes on her brother. That's absolutely fine. But as she's running, she just feels a tiny bit of extra propulsion forward as Phoenix's tattoos light up all down her arms, and she barely touches the hem of, or one of the long tendrils that are coming off of her clothes to give her just a little bit of extra boost. And that is all a Phoenix moment. So as she touches her, like all of her movement is gone as she kind of gently comes down towards the ground and is just watching and in her heart of hearts cheering Sora on. And before all of that happened, she would have told Jenkins, help Lewis. So Jenkins will move as her bonus action. That is as far as he gets. Save for his action, if anybody breaks free past Lewis, Jenkins will attempt to grapple them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The hook horrors are up. Horrors they are. Which combined its claws for one massive X slash onto Lewis.
I'm dodging, so disadvantage.
You're able to easily, with shield and dodge and lessons in your training, avoid his X slash. And over here does the same exact technique. Changes it up and goes for your legs. The 19 while close, it's a gun.
As it swipes down at his leg, Lewis just like does a half jump and just stomps it into the ground. You're not going anywhere. Not on my watch.
Whose watch? The blast comes out against you again, Lewis. Strength saving throw. You stand your ground. 17 fours.
Got it.
Good.
It's just me making damage sounds.
Alright. Joshua looks down at the heartwood. This is cute. Guess this is what you pass for a boyfriend these days? A girl like you, Lilith?
Mock all you want. You won't be drawing breath for long.
Hopefully not down here with all the pollution. Any case, let's see how strong he is. He touches her helm, and you can feel a summoning begin to occur. Golthea, bow to me. Decimate these foes. Use your golden goodness to prove to them the might of the mouth that feeds. I call upon you. Devastate and demolish. And the gateway opens up in her crown. Holy mask emerges. No! Goes back inside.
Oh, thank God.
But you do see the tree look at Eshrid before you go, Sora. It seems I'm needed somewhere else. But remember, I could be everything you wanted. Submit to me and I will spare your friends a most horrid death. And he teleports on the where Sora and them is, and his tree form folds and completely obstructs the way, closing off the rest of you traveling in that direction. As is the desire of not the whore with the crown, but a greater scheme, a lordly scheme, a first scheme.
What?
Seems to be obeying whatever design is Avimaru's at the moment. As a better place, Free just kind of folds into a wooden wall. His face is just laughing. Sorry, Rob.
Okay, just reading up on a couple of things.
Good luck.
Okay. Sora's gonna move. As she's gonna begin charging at Master Yinzurin.
Let us begin.
As she charges him, she plucks out one of her hairs and throws it in front of her, where a plume of smoke would explode around her. As she will use her bonus, main action. Let me double check. I'm thinking Primal Army. Where did I put it? Give me 1 second. There you are. As multiple Soras begin surrounding her, as she will do mirror image.
Ah, yes, a student of an art, yet to have mastered it.
It will have to do here, but you will not get through. You will not know this technique. As with her bonus action, as all these copies around her form, her entire body and the bodies of the clones become transparent and misty as Sora enters the spirit world. Let us see what the worst a god can offer. And that'll be EOT.
Amrit.
All right. I will run forward. Fine. And then I will wait. Okay. I will. Don't know if this will work, but it took me a long time to get this fucking spell back. But I will Misty Step
Noise.
past these guys if possible to get right up to Tasha.
You can see, so yeah, you shoot up right next to her and looks at you. Ah, my fellow delinquent.
Remember this one? That's in like when he first like used that on her and tried to like kick her into fucking lava.
Think back to the training. There were simpler times. Perhaps you should have stayed in school.
Maybe. But I learned something else too. And then he'll like try and like he'll like grab at her crown and he'll try and cleanse.
And grab the crown. The moment you touch the crown in your wisdom saving throw.
You touched it.
Wait.
We didn't learn our
John
lesson
Blanco.
last time.
Fucking hell.
And Anorak's binding, so it's a second original sin item.
Wait. I saw the inspiration.
You
That's
also
pretty
smell
good.
bless.
And a black. Come on.
We were closer.
I think the D4 is very important right now.
Yeah, let's see it. You never know. The better, right?
20?
So you touch it, and these are artifacts you're dealing with. Very powerful artifacts. I'll say you resist most of the urge since you almost got the save. It was only need one more. You need a 21. But as you resist most of it, you kind of break into a cold sweat, and you feel your own original sin item fusing with the webbings of Anorak. And you can kind of get a vision of all her followers. This roach mouth there, this 2 spider mouth there's all this other stuff that are cramped in the crown, but Tasha's not able to control them. She's not as strong as Palm. And deeper in the crown, you can see Anorak, and she's looking at you, kind of Jujutsu Kaisen style. You touched someone you shouldn't have, and she stares at you. You're in her domain, stuck on her web, and she goes, "And who do I have the honor of speaking with this day?" As you see this massive, crazy spider, an original sin, looking at you.
Just an old friend.
See, you little fly, I have not caught you. You are free. He looks amused by Tasha's attempts at controlling the crown, as you realize that Tasha is also equally preventing them all from escaping. And now your cleanse can go through.
Okay. No record of the DC. It was 8 plus times my.
So it's a D20 plus.
Yeah. Or should I hold it, guys? Can you guys rock me in this? Because you can hold it, right?
You could hold it if you think Lewis can get to you. The other friends are a bit too far.
Yeah. I don't think he's getting past these fellas back there. I'll just do it.
Oh god.
Yeah, we're having a hard time. Good luck, buddy.
All right. I have to do a roll on my own too, or is that if they were to hold it?
Go ahead.
Let's see.
D20 plus 6.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, then it's plus.
25, right? You touch the crown and you're just shunted to all these visions. You can see Palm amassing her army. She's in the mouth that feeds, having a talk with them. First, Icarus falls. Then we'll worry about the elemental army. They have to be prepared for us in the Fairlands. That is not what we will show. And then there's an argument spewing Anorak. You've gotten bold, trying to control me and all of my mind. But the moment you falter, and the crown is free. Guess who returns to this world? Not you, bitch. This crown ain't going anywhere. No one can stop me. We'll see. And at this point in time, you feel you can completely separate Tasha from the crown. But doing so will free Interact.
Shit.
You have a choice to pull back or go through with this. It might not be instantaneous, but you do know that without a host, unless you decide to become the host, but that'll be 2 original sin items, someone needs to hold the gate closed.
Glad I'm not you, buddy.
I'm gonna go put sugar in my chai tea. I'll be right back. What you think? You talk to the others if you'd like.
This is the opportunity to save Tasha.
I need to make sure. Fuck.
Yeah, we might all die in the.
As long as someone who's not attuned to a bad item attunes to it.
I'm about to look back and look like, hey, I have a proposition for you.
Want to
But
be queen for a day?
I'm still
Let me
the
give-
optionaire.
Let me give you an offer I know you'll refuse, right? Because fuck these items. It's literally this character's like personality. You want an item?
I'm sorry. He's gonna trust Lilith more than he's gonna trust freaking Lewis on this.
Jenkins.
You've been through a lot, buddy.
Yeah, take a crown,
Okay.
Biz. It's just, a dark sword, a dark crown. It fits your whole thing.
See, you had one voice, right? Let me tell you from experience. This is more than one voice.
Yep.
It's a lot.
The cycle continues.
It's a lot.
Every day. Up to you. You're the one with the crowd, not me.
You know, as much as I like you, voicing Tyrandrum, you're gonna have a lot of work to do.
Oh no.
You have a lot of work to do. What work is Amrit doing when it comes to decision?
Oh yeah, I'm doing it.
Severing it or trying to change ownership?
I will sever it.
The crown goes flying across the room. Ah! Tasha immediately passes out.
Where's the smelling salts?
The core still here.
So that worked. Got some bad news though. Someone should probably put that thing on. Soon. Like real soon. And it can't be me.
Or what?
Or everything that's in there is gonna hop out.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Emrut.
And you didn't think to... You buffoon.
Made a choice. You guys should probably make one too.
Where is it at?
Don't mind me just setting up a bunch of ways.
For the love of everything that is our survival right now, where the hell is the crown?
The crown is.
Oh yeah, it's
in the top right corner of her. But more appropriately, you guys all get spewed. The crown starts spitting out like an insane amount of white strings that later on you realize are starting to form full-on webs, and you guys all get caught in the webs, as you can see on the map. And even everybody dexterity saving throws, you get stuck to it. If you get stuck to it, it's a strength check, like the spell. You then try to get out of it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm using inspiration.
I have a +4 to that save. 17. I'm sorry, 2 more. Never mind.
You know what? I'm scared enough knowing that this is Anorak. I'm boosting that shit up to 20. Another Master Guidance.
Okay.
I'm blessed you are now. Let me.
Yeah, Louis, you're not blessed, right?
No.
Oh. Is that no that? But
Yeah, so Lucid boosted, but 17 is what you guys need.
Okay, just in case.
Yeah, you never know.
Glorified this thing.
Yeah, so it's not Animax full power, but she is spewing webs through her, through the crown while the channel is still a little bit open. So it is difficult terrain whether you make it or not, and it's possible you can get stuck in these webs, in particular when you end your turn versus starting.
Okay. Oh, God, this complicates things. Holy shit.
I instantly regret this.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll figure something out. Okay, Lewis is letting go of his grapple from the Hakor for one thing.
You notice the hook cores are not bound to the webs at all.
Oh, you've got to be okay.
Instead, they look like they're just enjoying it, like their body's just naturally filtered to it. And these darklings are spawns of Anorak. So she could probably, like an evocation woman, exempt her creatures.
Okay, that makes sense. Do I think I might be able to just like boost off the wall and like jump over the Hakor that's currently prone?
I mean, you'll be able to difficult terrain over him.
That's fine. So in that case, 10, would it be 15 for that one?
No, I mean, it's just difficult, so 20, and you'll be 20 when you get there. But the webbing
right.
is
Oh,
difficult
yeah.
terrain.
Yeah, this entire area is difficult, so it doesn't matter as much. And provoking opportunity 30.
Okay. They have 5 or 10 feet. Let me check. They have 10 feet reach, so you didn't provoke either yet.
Okay, that's fine. Main action dash. Actually, wait, hold up. What am I doing? This is probably the perfect time to go ahead and use Wisp Form. Woo!
What? You're in spirit training?
Yep, as seeing the web start to affect him once he gets to here, like just going barely past the core, he just immediately stomps the ground and his entire body just like almost shifts into smoke, black smoke with mixtures of embers. So that is 15, 20, 25, 30. Fuck, I still need an extra 10 feet. That's fine. Main action dash in order to get the last bit of distance. Alright, is it an item interaction to grab the crown?
Yes, it is. Remind me, do you have an original sin to, or you don't have one yet?
I do not. I'm the only one that doesn't.
Legend. Alright.
Okay. Time to bear the burdens. As Lois grabs the ground.
Alright, and will you be donning on your head?
He just grits his teeth as he's holding the crown, he starts to feel the energy of it. He starts to hear the voices all over again. Hearing Tyrandrum, all those voices of absolute doubt again. The voices and thoughts that he thought that always dwelled in him, that he chose to ignore. He'll gladly bear it again if needed. And just immediately puts on the crown.
The moment you lock onto the crown, the energy spirals through your body, shooting around you. You can feel all them out there. It's all these whispers, thousands in your mind. Give me a D100 for long-term madness.
Oh no.
Oh, you didn't think it only drove NPCs mad, did you?
Yeah. Let's fucking hope. 84.
84? Okay, let's see what we got on 84. Alright, here's what we got.
I can't even bullshit it and ask if Game Changers I could potentially change it. Because
I don't even know what the number is.
This could be Gucci. Or Prada.
Oh, fuck. That is way too perfect.
Bro, you don't know who's your friend or foe here. You just know who you are. You don't know what's going on either. You're just sitting in the webs. And the voices are telling you to interact. Good, good. Breathe the hook chorus. Breathe them.
Okay.
All
As
you
Lewis
know
puts
is
on the
this.
crown.
All you know is to set the scene for you before you decide what you can do. All you know is there's this strangely comforting voice in your mind and a whole bunch of chaos spewing all around.
Okay.
Lewis hears like what's probably like ringing in his ears and like muffled. He just hears Amrit just yelling. Not even he wouldn't even know that it's his name. He just hears him yelling, just Lewis, Lewis.
As Lewis puts on the crown and this cacophony of voices just starts ringing, almost like a tinnitus in the back of his head, and he hears Anorak's voice. He's not sure of where he is, what anything is going on. But as his memories start to slowly separate from him, it's almost as if various parts of him, various puzzle pieces, just start flying off of Lewis in whatever the spirit world is. And he falls back to reality where he's not completely sure what the hell is going on, and he just hears this comforting voice. Is it okay if I do a wisdom save just to see if Lewis, like, I need to figure out like which parts of his memory disappeared? Okay. I'm gonna roll a straight 1d20. If it's on the high end, I'll probably start taking away parts that are related to the party. If it's anything that below 10,
Well,
then
it
it's gonna
says,
start taking away core memories.
regardless of what you are remembering, you don't recognize other people.
Okay, so everybody else I just straight up don't understand anyways.
Yeah, because it still says that in there in addition to that, but doesn't recognize other people or remember anything.
Okay.
That happened before the madness took place. So outside of yourself, you don't remember anything else besides.
Okay, so I pretty much have all the memories of just Lewis being Lewis, but I don't have any memories recalling anybody else.
You could probably call back on those memories, but none of the people present were there for them. You're just by yourself in all of them.
Okay. Is it alright if I do a d20 just to see how badly the shock is affecting him?
Sure.
Like whether or not he's going to just like close himself off from it.
Sure, and I need another D100 anyways for the indefinite madness.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
got it. First wisdom just to see how he's gonna react first off and whether he's just gonna start closing himself off the best he can. Fuck. Falcon, what would you say the DC is for this? Just to see like how terrified he would be.
Do you want to put any points into this before I answer, or?
He's not gonna put any points in this. He has no idea what the fuck is going on.
I mean, the only thing you know now is that everything around you is horrible, and there's one light, this comforting angelic voice. And whatever you want to do with that information, you can, but 13 is not that high.
Okay, yeah. Lewis is unfortunately also battle-hardened, so he most likely knows what the fuck he's doing. So, what'd the voice say again? One more time?
You free them, the hook cores. Now, they're not actually restrained or anything, but kind of like telling you to protect them. You can see they're currently fighting people that are trying to kill them.
Okay.
But I do need a D100 for the indefinite madness you have.
Yep. I will pull that out. Get into what Lewis does next, because I did the dash, so that means I still have 25 feet of movement left. Hearing this voice and almost like these orders that are being said in the back of his head, or how he's interpreting them as orders. I don't know who the hell you are, but fine. As he just like runs and like looking at the surroundings, seeing these creatures that are being referred to and the people that are closest. The last bit of his movement is going to be dedicated just to get between them and the horrors. As whatchamacallit. Did I already use my bonus action earlier? Yeah, I did for Wisp form. As he just raises his shield. Don't get any closer. As the madness starts to slowly take hold. 84.
84 again? Wow. Okay, kind of thematic, I guess.
Yep. Oh, fucking shit.
It's Pogo. No, I'm joking.
Fuck!
Pogo. Here?
And we maybe go back like 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, shit! That was the worst one I could have rolled.
Well, we can pick who that person is, though, right?
Wait a second. Are we saying that all of a
It's up to
sudden
Falcon.
we understand who Tasha is? That what she's going through when she had the cry? Anyways, there's only one person I could trust, and only I could see this special friend. So you wouldn't be picking anyone. This is just someone you create, imaginary friend. It's obviously other people
Oh, I
can
see.
see other people.
Well, here's the thing. He has a shit ton of voices in his head, and there's one comforting voice. That's why I'm worried.
That's true. I mean, both thematically and appropriately, it feels like that should be it.
Exactly. That's why I'm scared, because I have to RP it. But I'm out of action economy, thankfully.
Wow. Things got whirl. Lilith, you're up.
Gotcha. What's the web situation since
Did you get stuck?
What was the DC on it?
17.
Yeah, 17.
Okay. Then yeah, I should be stuck.
No, you got 16 plus 1.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you're free. It's difficult terrain. But if you end your turn there, you might get stuck again.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. All right. This is a interesting predicament. All right. All right.
That's like your fifth all right. Are we getting something?
Do what now?
What you got for us?
I was just looking and judging positioning. Can I get a 10-foot AOE?
Phone cube radius.
10-foot radius.
This is 10-foot radius.
I want to move fucking Lilith. All right. Apologies in advance. But this is a bit of a special situation. You just see the area around Lilith begin to heat up as she stretches out her arms out wide. Flames begin to lick across her skin as she is going to do a ringed wall of fire.
Excellent.
To burn away the webs, casing herself and the surrounding area, hopefully.
Yeah. So it abides by the web rules. So it takes one round to do it. They were burning the start of your next turn.
And I think when it appears, creatures. Well, let's just say like right here. Damn it. Because I want them in the wall itself. Why is it not sticking to?
Are you holding down shift for all?
Yeah, I'm
three?
holding on, Jeff.
Yeah, that's why it's not sticking.
Alright. So those hook horrors should be making a dex save.
It's 30. One of them's prone, so one of them has disadvantage. Okay, they both fail.
Alright. That will be it for. Oh, and just for pointing the heat wave outwards, obviously.
Okay.
Um,
Would it hit Jenkins? What's the radius on it? The outward fire?
well, it's all for the instant effect. It's is only in contact with the wall, and anyone else would be it's like if they end their turn in the heat wave, basically.
Understood. Okay.
All right. That would be it for her. Let's see here. Well, he's actually stuck, I think. Yeah, he got a 15. So he's gonna be trying to make a strength check to get out of it, right?
Yeah, he's stuck. You can see that a hot enough fire can instantly burn away the webs, and you just slightly got underneath what you needed. But you still be freeing around regardless.
Well, I mean, he can't do anything much other than slam some people. So, we got a 17.
And so you break free.
All right. Yes. Difficult terrain, 10 feet.
Yeah. Estrid, you're up.
Estrid, not knowing the events transpiring between the comrades far above, she struggles her way through the web and knows that a thin barrier divides her party from Sora and Phoenix. She looks at the wooden mocking barrier as you see in her old age worn wrinkles, smoke begin to rise. You claim to offer dreams, but how can one who has forsaken their human heart ever understand ours? You serve that which lurks in darkness, dispelled by light. You are formed of wood, which burns bright. You are a barrier to be broken down. Goodbye. And she holds out her hand as steam erupts around her, the webs, the small creek rapidly boiling away as she activate her rune at recoil 100.
Oh dang, you going 100 recoil? Oh shit. You're gonna be pushed back 20 feet.
I will use Unite to add a plus 3 to that, I believe.
Okay, well, I got good news for you. The Shim is my witness. The AC is 14.
Alright, so she will be pushed back 20 feet through difficult terrain, take 30 unpreventable damage, and let's see what she rolls. 46 fire.
Remember what I said earlier, Daniel, about the high point of fire? Yeah, that's gonna wither away. You're actually gonna free Lilith a little earlier because you're gonna just shoot both patches and the tree as you get blasted backwards, take 30 damage, and hit the tree for 46. The tree is vulnerable to fire damage, so please double that for me because math is hard and I'm stupid.
All right, so it's 92, if I'm not mistaken. And technically, I do need to make a concentration check for Bless, so it's DC 15.
Oh yeah, if you just got hit by your own thing. Yeah.
Bless is unfortunately down. As the magic, in addition to the webs, in addition to the earth and air around, Astrid shatters and an explosive concussive force rips through the small corridor, slamming into the barrier.
All right, the tree screams, "Wait, I could take you to a..." Phoenix, to your surprise, the power of the explosion is so strong it erupts over here. Even stone catches fire. The blazing hole is through the tree, enough so that I will drop the dynamic lighting. He can move through the tree, but he's still alive, just not as whole.
Right, and that is Astrid's turn as she stands there, burnt tinder, standing in the middle of a steaming what used to be stream.
Holy shit! Focus! As Sora is running up towards her brother, Phoenix is just going to take 2 shots at No?
You want to do a ranged attack at a monk?
The monk.
That ranged is the only attacks I take, but you're right, he might throw back.
Yeah, we've been around Sora long enough and we've dealt with Ogobos. I think this is well known.
I didn't warn them then. I felt like I should warn you now.
You get a flashback to Emerald shooting himself in the shoulder.
My mind immediately went there, but I know it's difficult.
Lewis knocking himself with an improvised sword throw.
Oh, he was much worse than me. Yeah.
The thing is, behind her is a freaking wall of fire. In front of her is more fire. All she does is raged.
Well, you can shoot the tree if you really want to shoot somebody.
Yeah?
If you want to shoot him, listen. Shoot him.
Or her other option is try to get to Dondo and get Dondo out of there. But I used up my... Well, no, she does not die anyway. I have to touch for cure wounds. Shit. Man, I have decision paralysis. Alright, is that is there anything in here that fire can catch onto?
You don't think it's going to spread on the stone much. It was just so powerful that this stone is starting to burn up. It'll probably disappear in a little bit. But it's dangerous right now, but it'll be gone soon.
Yeah, I will say she takes a look at the feathers to see if there's any singeing when it flew past her.
Probably, but they probably instantly repaired themselves. Dando's laying there. Ain't it? Stay away! The master looks at you, and it's one of those moments. He's just, do it. Level your crossbow towards me, young lady.
Phoenix's curiosity is getting the best of her. She has dashed to see what she can see beyond the trap. That's as far as she can go, though. Jenkins is... God, that's hot. But he was told to help Lewis. And as far as Jenkins knows, Lewis was trying to beat those hook horrors. He doesn't know what's going on in Lewis's head right now. So he is going to come up to over here and take advantage of the hook horror having a wall of fire through it.
There would be an extreme wave of heat kind of exuding from the wall of fire.
Okay, Jenkins, much like the player right now, is having computation errors.
He takes a little bit of fire damage at the start of his turn.
It's more than 10 feet.
No. I'm just saying the hook horror.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you rolling that out or?
Yeah, I'm rolling it out.
And that's because he's touching it, or what's the difference between him and Jenkins?
When he enters the walls, I'll pull up the text again. That's because he's in direct contact with the wall. But they end their turn in the heat wave, then they're subject to more damage.
Alright, it says the creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn. It's starting your turn there is not entering it. He wouldn't take the damage. Start and enter are very, very different words. Seeing the fire, obviously, he will step out. And he still feels the heat here.
Yeah, it extends out to 10 feet.
Alright, so he'll attack while he's in range, and then he'll probably retreat. Uh, 12 and a 14 both miss you. They know Lewis is their friend, and Evac is coordinating, so they just start to ambush Amrit instead. I think for this one, it steps out of the fire and tries to swing at you twice if it's 10 feet.
Well, if he steps back, then he will be able to see through it.
Oh, but when he leaves, you're saying he can't see through it?
It's opaque.
Alright, so attack you with disadvantage.
And I mean, if he attacks through it, wouldn't that be entering it?
No, not mechanically. He needs to be in there with his body needs to be in contact with fire. So you can quickly pass your hand through a flame. It's very different than being tossed or sitting in it. And a 19 will connect you. For 12 damage, a 16 I believe is off by 1.
Yeah.
But I don't think he can't actually get. It's 10 feet away from me, right? I don't think he can get more than 10 feet. He's prone. And he got up. If it's 10 feet, this is as far as he can get, so he'll take some damage at the end of his turn.
Using the con save reroll.
Okay. Alright, Tasha is up. Tasha is down for the count. She will make a death saving throw.
Oh, she's dying?
Yeah, she's actually dying. Like the crown was taking every bit of her life. And when it was removed, it was like she was dependent on the crown. Doesn't mean she can't be healed, but it does mean when you took it away, you kind of severed her connection to life temporarily. If that makes sense. I know I'm horrible at explaining stuff. Anyways. Sorry.
Did he make a save for the end of turn burn?
Oh no.
It's a 16 DC 16 dexterity versus 32.
Oh, it's a dex. Okay. Alright, he takes it. You see him get burned away. Ah! He's still alive, luckily, but he is on death's door. So,
Go back to the shadows, trickster! As she will charge and run around and begin throwing some. Oh.
He looks at you and he tells you, I'm over here.
Mm. Sorry, I need to calculate where I was last. Okay. She'll have to devote her bonus action to Step of the Wind to charge back after him. For 20 feet. And then throw a punch once she's in range.
Okay.
Okay. Going wide. Second attack.
You see that when you actually go to hit him and you successfully, he splits into 4. Him and 3 clones. As a reaction, he can mirror image. Give me a d20 roll to see if you hit him or a mirror image.
I believe I need to roll 6 and above to hit a duplicate.
Oh,
So you connect with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I was like, is it higher or lower?
Oh.
It's bad.
Yeah, I got the spell. Hold on.
No, I have it too. I just need to actually read it.
Okay. I'm gonna deal the damage and then I'm gonna apply an effect. 11 bludgeoning as Sora pumps her key forward as the winds will rush into his features as I will attempt to blind him with crippling strike.
Okay. And aim for 11? Okay. Good damage.
11 bludgeoning and a con save for blindness.
Excellent. That's the Yindaran. Alright, you see that he manages to not be blind. He looks at you, he goes, good, you're strong. And he kicks you. 22.
Oh, yeah, I still have to roll a mirror image for myself now.
Yeah, you guys are like mirror imaging each other.
Okay, that one won't be at me, but as his kick comes flying at me, I will use my reaction as Phoenix sees the bracer at Sora's arm suddenly expand outward, as I will use my reaction for barrier bracer. Let's see here. I will expend. So that was a 22, right? I'll expend 4 to increase my armor class to 23 actually. Just as his fist collides against the barrier, Sora stares him down through it. No, not today.
Alright, you see his kick hit onto your barrier, just breaking it. And you're still your turn.
Alright, that was my main action, bonus action, reaction. As the end of my turn comes, though, Sora's fingers curl together. You have been a blight upon my tribe since our creation. Go back to being just a memory! As energy explodes from her at the end of her turn, as she's going to activate her family rune.
You feel your energy spill out. And you begin to transform. But you just need a little more juice, it fails.
Damn it.
Alright, you got teeth?
Yeah, I'm just getting there.
You're close. Someone needs to feed you in a little bit more room power. But before we move on, Yinza attacks you 2 more times.
Okay. Do another roll as well. I actually have a macro, I think, for this. But yeah, here it is. That one will be at a duplicate.
He kicks through the duplicate, and then his next attack actually misses a duplicate. He tells you, "You're strong, son. Not as strong as Dendo, and I beat in easily.
Why should I ever trust a word you say?
Well, the evidence is right behind you. Most of it, what remains of it, I guess.
All his life he sought acceptance in a family. You should be ashamed of what you've done.
He finally fulfills his purpose, Sora.
His purpose is far more than this. You will pay for this day.
Perhaps. And Amrit, you're up.
Okay.
So, to set the scene of what you're actually seeing, at the moment you're seeing the Hakor just on your left side, and Lewis standing almost defiant of you, just fear in his eyes, but a grit teeth that are absolutely determined as he grips onto his shield and faces you.
Lewis, you gotta listen to me. Whatever you're hearing, it's not true, it's not right. You're about to unleash literal hell onto this world. You hear me?
Shut up. I know who the hell you are. But I
I'm
think
your friend.
I won't let you trick me. The
Yeah.
only one I could trust right now.
You're my friend, you're my teacher. You're the closest thing I have to a fucking dad at this point, man.
Shut up. As his eyes just are fully locked, and these words that he's interpreting, you get the feeling he isn't interpreting it as trying to reach out to him. It's almost as if he's interpreting what you're saying as trying to manipulate him in some way.
Don't let me do this.
And he doesn't change his stance.
Okay. I can't cleanse you.
You
Why-
cleanse Tasha, but you don't have any more cleanses.
Yeah. That's it. I'm a rhyme spirit this guy.
Ooh, Lewis or Hakor?
I might hit Lewis. I don't know if that'll like stop anything.
I don't know.
I think it'll still happen. Would I know? Could I ascertain any of that?
Are you proficient in insight?
An insight? No. My
good.
passive 17. In perception, but no. Insight, no.
Perception's good for a lot of things, but not understanding what's happening here.
Even like the magic of it?
Are you Arcana?
I have Arcana.
Sure, the DC would be a bit higher, but if possible, you can ascertain something.
I'll give it a shot.
You got it. It was 5. No, I'm just joking.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Yeah. That's all I could really do.
It's every action. That was a motion bonus seconds.
Okay. Yeah. I'm rolling it.
And that was against Lou or the hook?
It was against Lewis.
I believe it's AC
in
is
mind-
-3 or 4. Which one is it?
It's -3 now, I believe.
Keep in mind you're within 5 feet of the Hakor.
Alright, so range attack be disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
I will roll again.
Okay. So -3 from my AC, right?
Yeah.
My AC is 21.
Okay.
So that drops to 19. No, wait. That drops to 18. As the rhyme sphere goes out and swirls directly toward Lewis, his instincts start to kick in, and for a brief moment, you could almost see like very thin threads of web helping to assist the movement in his arm. As he just very quickly moves the shield and slices the bottom of it, redirecting the spin of the orb to hit the wall over to the side.
He's seen it too many times. When like a reflex, your character may not be remembered. When he saw it forming, you just kind of understood what was happening.
Yep. You should have backed away. Then maybe I will not to kill you. As his bonus action, he clenches his hand and sunlight starts to form. I'm within 10 feet of the flames, right?
Yeah, you're okay so long as you you don't end your turn within 10.
Got it. And I get the feeling that Lewis would just have a general understanding, considering it's freaking fire. He's a fire rune.
Yeah.
And rushes forward to slash at Amrit, aiming for the shoulder, almost based on sheer instinct. That's a 20. As it slashes. What's your AC again?
It's 17.
As the blade digs across the shoulder and exit out from where one of your pits are, and you just feel a burning sensation. I'm gonna go ahead. Falcon, for the purposes of RP, am I allowed to ask Amrit to make an insight?
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Amrit, please make an insight check as you take the blow.
Okay.
Having been around Lewis long enough, 15 was actually the DC. As the blade starts to dig across you and you feel that burning sensation, knowing Lewis and the type of emotions that he's been dealing with for pretty much the entire year and a half-ish that you've known each other, you know this feeling from him all too well. It's fear. As that moment of realization comes across, you already see him going for the next slash as he's going for a stab. Oh, dude, I am so happy that wasn't a crit. Holy shit. As you're still recollecting from the insight of those emotions, he just stabs directly into your side, thankfully not hitting any vital organs, but still digging deep into the side and stabbing out the other hand, as he just stares into your eyes, cold, with the only emotion being desperation. Bonus action, second wind. Niote.
Okay, Lilith, before you go. Lewis, after you stab Amrit and the blood of your friend pours onto Sunblight, infuses with your weapon. You're taken somewhere. You see yourself inside the crown, much like Amrit was earlier. This is something different. Fragment portion of a creature who remains in the hell. You see Palm shaking in a corner. Hey, hey.
Is it currently Lewis or Lewis in his current Madden form?
No, this is where you are while the outside one is just insane.
Okay. Lewis kind of looking around, panicked, not really understanding what's going on. Wait, aren't you? Why the hell are you here?
Welcome to the club. Tasha, another corner, kind of like the fetal position, just crying in here.
He's starting to slowly piece together, and his last memory most likely was grabbing the crown, and his last words as he placed it. Wait, no. Come on, step out of it! As he just tries to slap himself as much as possible, trying to just like feel the pain to break out of it. But to no avail.
Tasha tells you, I tried. I thought it would make me stronger. But this is all it gave me. What's happening out there, Lewis?
Nothing good. Come on! As he just like grips his hand and tries to summon Sunblight.
Crown takes a piece of your soul, whoever uses it, stores it here, in the mind space. But you came earlier than the rest. Most of us came here over time. The moment you drew your friend's blood, something. And you see behind her is like this mummified thing, and she's like hugging it. Don't mind me. Hanging out with my friend Gilvaku over here. His headless body. There's something you may be able to do to free yourself.
What? I
Now,
don't care what the hell it'll cost, just tell me!
sacrifice the rest of your soul to this place, effectively rendering your life void, sending you back for a time, stronger than ever before. Then your candle will go out, and you will die.
There's that moment of hesitation. That look of simply processing the words. And he starts to just see all the memories of the tangled people that he saved, of the fight they had, of his parents, of running away, of meeting each of the members of the verses. As he just grits his teeth and clenches his fist. More memories of being in that, underneath that waterfall, and everybody being by his side. Of everybody facing Tyrantrum together. Of him closing himself off. And everyone still trying regardless. And as those memories start to slowly sink in, his body starts to relax. All right. Tell me how to do it.
Are you sure?
If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here right now. I would still be in that dead-end alley, most likely half dead. I would have thrown away whatever life I still had left, and this flame would have burnt out so damn long ago. That life wasn't living, and they gave me a chance to. And so I owe this life to them anyways. Whether they realize it or not.
You are old as shit. I guess you live a good life. I should touch you. Don't do this. Surely I'll leave this place. I can feel my connection fading. So They can save you. But if you throw away your life, it's gone, Lewis.
Lewis just looks at Tasha, and a grim smile goes across his face. You know all too well what it feels like to lose those that are closest to you. I can't let that happen. I've already betrayed those that I still consider my friend. Even though I refuse to see them, they'll still always be my friends. I can't let the people that I call my family disappear. Right now, they're in a situation that will most likely kill them. If there's a way that I could potentially save them here and now, I will give up everything. Because there is no guarantee that they'll be able to make it out without me.
You just hear a clap from Paul. Now that's some hero shit. I like that. I remember when I was young and strong. Not that you're young, you're old. But listen here. All you have to do is give in. Give it up to me. I'll consume the rest of your soul. I'll send you the same way I got out. Time after time. You, well, there won't be anything left soon after. Crown was made for me. And even then it drove me mad over many years. For anyone else, it's a death sentence. Take my hand, Lewis. I'll send you back there. Your life, soon after, is forfeit.
And he's using all of his the rest of his master's guidance to boost that up to 26.
Yeah, and she's not lying to you. This is the portion of Palm that was a hero. For all the problems she may have spawned later, she is a hero. She saved the whole world. And many times after that, did it again and again and again until she was fed up. This is the last portion of her that's good. And she looks at you with a smile. Oh, what are you waiting for? You want to save those fucks or not?
Lewis slowly walks up to her. Each of the footsteps echoing throughout the halls, throughout this blank space. The sound almost ringing across everybody that's in the room's ears. And as it goes off, images start to play out of each of the verses simply eating dinner, of Lewis trying to give Emret those instructions on how to use Ram Spear and how to enhance it, of helping Sora to simply focus and keeping an eye on her, of simply allowing Judith the freedom that she needed to properly grow, of that moment in which simply sat with Phoenix as she worked on his arm. And one step closer, and just one handshake away from everything ending. I'm no hero. Just somebody trying to do a bit of good. As he grabs the hand.
Okay. And then the moment he touches the hand, Palm, a tear runs down her face. Yeah. Ain't that all of us? And you begin shooting through the stream, seeing that she's got exactly 13 mouthers in the crown, that they're all being held at bay by Palm's, the portion of Palm's soul that remains in here. That's why Tasha couldn't have full control. She refuses to let even herself destroy the world. Last little bit of good. And you risked letting them free by being controlled. But as you make your way back to your body, Lilith, take your turn.
as she's seeking to control the situation to the best of her ability. She's looking towards these horrors to neutralize them first before containing Lewis. She is going to try to thorn whip the horror and drag him back into the fire. I believe at disadvantage. Without clear line of sight, though.
Yeah.
They both have fairy fire on them still, so that might.
Yeah, flat right now.
Ah,
Yeah, they have fairy fighters the whole damn time.
Yeah, Phoenix hasn't taken any damage, so.
here we go.
Yeah, you pull them into the fire.
11 on the piercing, and let's get some modifier.
It's really cool to see that working together like that.
Oh yeah, that's such a good combo.
Ooh! Just perish instantly. Yeah.
Burn to ashes, and return whence you came. And the Revenant is going to duke it out with the horror.
Advantage. Nice. You're
Great.
whispering it, but it is a critical hit. And you do fill the hook hole.
Alright. Is he do it on the crit? Because I might change that roll over to a grapple on Lewis, maybe.
Yeah, you did. And for future reference, please resolve your first attack 3d6.
Sure. We'll just use the roll what was it? A 14 grapple check onto Lewis.
Alright. What's the save?
It's not a save, it's just athletics.
Got it. Alright.
You want a master, or if you tie, you beat it? You only need one more to tie.
I already used all my master's guidance for that insight, so I'm not sure if that applied to his external body.
How much did you use on the insight?
I used 4.
Yeah, I'll let it apply. You're not trying to get caught.
Okay, got it. Then the one to refuse the grapple, as Lewis is still being affected by the madness in this moment, and feeling these like vines trying to wrap around him, just like takes the edge of the shield and just slashes at them as they break apart.
Alright, Escher, before you go, a beam of light shoots in here. And the true king of the City of Tears, dark energy spooling all around Lewis as his crown draws a cape onto him, and his clothes take a really dark turn. He looks like some type of like final villain or final boss, but that's the shadows trying to hold on to him. Eventually the shadows disperse, roll out into the room, and Lewis's eyes glow. His hair more silver than ever before, and he's been goddamn is his hair already really silver. Energy spits out and blows away the remaining webs. And the crown, for a moment, feeds into you in a different way, providing you with its full power, not to summon the Mouthers, but to bolster your own strengths. And you return here a master, even though you left advance. As you look onto the battlefield and know what you have to face next, Lewis is level 11.
Oh no. That's
Oh, no.
cool. That's cool.
And you're in complete control of yourself as you kind of look around. And actually, as you meet eyes with him, actually around the corner, you can just see the energy spitting out in the room. That is where we will end the session for.
Oh shit.
That scares me.
As Lewis is done just slashing away at the vines and the ashen flesh of Emret goes off the blade, the shadows start to cling to him and disappear. As Lewis just stands there, almost calm, and just looks up at Emret. Well, guess we got to deal with.
Emma will like look him in the eye for a moment. And like a kind of like a sad smirk will go across his face.
Don't worry. I'm in control. Let's just go deal with this for now. I'll explain everything once we're done.
You will. All right, everyone. That was episode 56 of Phantoms of the Past. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Tomorrow or around fucking next week, it's going to be pretty epic. Everybody say goodnight to the stream, please.
Good night.
Night stream.
See you,
Thank you for tuning in.
Brahma.
Have a good night.
Boy Falcon. Bye now.
Oh no!
Out of fear, we kept running, tried to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up. This is the day we fight. We'll take our place, we won't give in. Our victory's in sight. Only a sword in our hand, but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war.